Okay. Good people of Ghana, good evening. Aha, a Afro City Extra hot in the evening. And you made show. And you made me who's a mammy, and can't tree teachers ni, tree lectures no more, mammy spellings there the year. We take it, we make sure say we it right. And you don't worry. And yes, I also SHB when I enjoyed that the beginning of the week. In fact, the very last week of January 2026. I got 5 days, 9 people for more presidential primaries, no, area, and Seminugushua, I can say, 5 days, they still have every right to campaign anywhere and everywhere. See whatever they want to know, you're underlined because the can do be a Nimum, the Chia 7 day, and the ba, I won't qua there. According to Musa Dankwane. Komba woni KSM di ne na no pay anopa be nondu omoboy amane so mbi disa nkomo no somewhere in the weekend ampa ne no mo de to so papa for me no unim KSM no say wo sympathy for NDC kakra fine eti mra na Musa Dankwa break it down ne findings are why in the MPP impending primaries no a lot of the findings no were shocking to KSM or can what team Wasi Baumia the bet 83%. What's hey, are you sure? So or no, a hand of grass in Ipana Aqua survey, no. But yeah, democracy sanity, whether you like it or not, facts are fast and comments are sacred. Iti uhe Musa Dankwan no save or the ababonte statistics are working. Baumia has no worry whatsoever in the next 5 days because it looks everything is in his favor to win the NPP presidential primaries. Kenzi da wawene ono krade one for facts and data, one for research, one for survey. Honhumuli Ken has already won. In fact, he was declared winner in December. Emra prophet you know maybe one na makai di abronye kai no. Abronye din spelling no L Bernard. Abronye sida. Bernard. Iti sofu Bernard nkom so she ni nyina no. Musa Dankwa statistics survey research findings and data say and the software kanko and the science and so air kanko and we can do it to say it's a straight fight between science and I don't want to use the word God the science and spirit which one is more veracious in our politics KSM komo mo sa kaseme me de mamenkai was Ghana or Ghana politics we siko any the way beto ba Kame say or come for we more in mumina bus system no be shem community say Ghana must be God must be Ghanaian. I would drink say Onyankopon wa Ghana card because only Ghana card and can Ghana politics. If we are politics in be no Onyankopon ha no ho as Ghana DM because yet say Nigeria politics ba my prophet be can say South Africa, East Africa, Izampo krana ho na ye wo Yesu ne ade no yente da se Benjamin Nyachinya ho Yakopon se chenchena ho na yi no so ya haidie MPP for primaries na draw them NDC for the emra ko beduko bi ni wo mama kanyina bekasa a kire di Yakopon epe many KSM bi adwen Onyankopon wo ye friend no Ghana card no obi oni bi anka na ni emre no ho sa and then asem we die che Nkofota ka kwasina de koma mudie na momfa mama and CJ de soja already regular your mom very beautiful ladies very strong in your own rights. One is educationist and one is aspiring intellectualist see there or a media sensation ankasa whether you like it or yes and e ba bedin komo but maya beka ho indie me pese me dwo madwen free ensema ebo free lumbe wuachi enkanka na yiremi no akosa sewa wo se wono oye yirenko a chi wo se oye yiripanyi a chi wo se wono nko na elega ene odobro ni so a watena ho ememu nsia akoso de ne miensa nti na se wo de makra na eje a odobro ni wonsia wo miensa na se odobro ni should have double because the madoso and a lawyer for me at say we nipa to na ye chene ma spouse no kra mantem se ne ma manu mumunta nya ni nyina fena na ye spouses aka etina is kade mankwa na eche dia enka odobro ni wa pando ba bia no wi aselumba dwama nyina eche one no wo maako nsia che odobro ni nkwa and you see today I have the singular honor in fact we have the double honor to have these two beautiful women tell us their perspective about what is happening because lumba de nkra no enkatai en yate se ofaya sapon so eko ofaya sapon no tiwa asem no me ni muntimi kan pi ban ko fo dwen se na nyanyom no nko a no do so sa atachire ama tiwa afri mu no ka ho no binim kura agiri se ama ofa so atumi akrantentema ode ekro no abusuafo a mo free ya sapon abusuamu eden tese kokobo aba because who be penti e ya gozo se wa eno odobru ni ya you can cast them some slack because I na bobabo so busuafo ne bia dinka atoto amane abra hwinsi because mo say maybe atwam obese mfie mienu miensan 9 ye ofa ya sapon yira na ode ne wo ne ma obi anim no ode ne kwetena antena program so pa no ma ne chirechire mu aware ndie ntia wa jai wo hia be ma ne bio eno mu nyina ase yo yate na papa yi ne hoyi nya afi na o sa be ye ho because enchepi na Dr. Baumia koche ya support sika kakra minim me ne bi obeka is 20,000 30,000 50,000 bi ekodi offer ya ho enu na ni na otwekra na yere panyin ebetra radio so no afi o pe bi enti no wo chire mu ka wo de enu na de ade isi ya papa na nkasa ne ho japade so wo hwenwom obo ya ibia na oba akomienu miensenti no wo ye bi beto aso mame panyin no eba be yi nanim abekase no so ware ne pe wore ne bre pe nti wonya kakra ana ase de akoso olumba wu achinti no ombeko manu atum. And then we have the normal news and the etwegu. Today is Monday. We have had several newspapers reporting all manner of things. Miami Krum police for ne galamsey for their face ma galamsey ni mihui video no hwa galamsey for na blocko kwan onye road onye street highway kwan na is cross kwan tie feeder road and o ma confirm ku nini ne minimal block na police for ndro no say munyi ne man me nkonko fo si da eni mo ba man kra yen nti yenyi aseme bia ni o police ni ba kusi o ma warning shot pay kosro okwa na wo fe mo se fe o ka ji be dwane yen nwane ampampa nko fu jina wo he police fu se police fu ni abre ba ko o ti passenger seat si from no so twentio on the one fire hwesoro odo hwe ni paso bo ba ko no oto hotem me say bra asa de bi free baby abeto tem entimi ampagya ne mu ebesi ne waye funeral agofo so e kan ho asem den the chronicle there ba say MPP primaries no Baumia's victory is in sight because all polls suggest and they say Ken want to say Japan squeezed his mouth and did not want to sign the peace pact. Brian Champon so na say wadane gu come say all the other aspirants biano. Brian Champon, it was something funny to tell about them. Well, he doesn't insult the way Ken in the money there. But Brian James a war group biano. And the Korea Japan kumasi. Ne kasa emu no okachire kumasi miners and the na say candidate ni bi wa omumu ade if say omu kasa no mo si mienu bi de onka ho o mienu no Brian ka mienu but wa mo mienu ndin enso ofa Korea Japan when say mienu no ka ho because Brian yeah no we yi woni Korea Japan any Dr. Duchu Mefrim na Brian no be ka Kenya Japan any ba omia ho enne me wa hedi be busa say Brian na nkasa no oka race ni wana Musa Dankwa seems to favor Brian in some respects compared to Kenya Japan, but among all the five Dr. Baumia is stopping is cruising to victory, so to speak. Ghana Health Service car caught hauling Bonsam Tower. Ghana Health Service driver ba kwa uchu omokano voter region hode makacho say we no phone do na free see free buno abesne ko voter omudo ho papa enti ode abanka yi akosua bi ema chronicle say police for etimi achi no na say aso driver yi dey I think in the last employment ya na omu no if say we no do so daily guide so dey aba poll state Baumia to win NPP race court admits Sky train documents no omo famra Jacobu Galamsey yes me crew masem no mo kan omo mo kan omo ni mimi mu chen wo so mo beka no police clash one dead emide say anko ye post ni na eja ekoye Galamsey ni ye hwede omo beka afa ho the daily searchlight say Baumia represents safety unity for NPP ebuza fo nyama na mchocho yo obeka say akwasino no ni edabre ni niwum dabi these are newspaper headlines and I no pay the whole day na no echo daily searchlight editor edi abase Baumia ohwena say MPP for pedi honjo na be mo nkaboma ono ana eso mo de mo ni sino so ni kwa so mo ko be bio and the Ghanaian publisher esa de Baumia bako asa bet boom Baumia pledges grassroots inclusion and they say he is leading with 57% in latest polls. Dr. Evanzia polls by now you know by what they can share 52 to 56. One academician surveyor, doctor Nyapane doctor, academic doctor, Dr. Evanzia Amstead, Nkani Amstead, today is Asted or no polls no. In fact, pool will be from 2023 at Kenya Japan to win. And nobody is surprised. But Musa Dankwa MPP ni. For graduates who in this, just on Paso Bejatum. And so Musa Dankwa say, ne kon ni tikura or better so, Baumia must win. And no, NIA di home come and the MPP here ubia or akomapa the second Japan. Not to she and they second Japan akomapano. Not to she dear here, Casano pointed to know. With the member CG no media critical to economic research Bank of Ghana so and then we go to Daily Graphic, grandfather of all newspapers in Ghana. President Mahama and the also Kati Homabia Edikoi Bibi was pay 1 billion to retire soldiers. Is gratuity arrears under session constitutional instrument 129. President and Mentiasie Itimami Montra and the Ghanaian Times. And so at the Abasa President Akate sought for 2,000 housing units for Ghana Armed Forces. Was also Akase over to Asoja for Sikemu. The New Crusading Guide, I think that's the final paper, is saying that I will apologize, my fault. And we see many several flyers on social media just say Ken cancer. In fact, they are reporting say it is fake. Mahunse Kwasiko Atinya share and some other surrogates of Ken Japan have all shared. Say Ken has not said anywhere. Apologize my fault. But my fault in the Kendi, Otaka, Omubuzano about me economic credentials, economics, my fault. What about me answer so? Ne fault to Corona, what this is for my DPI, will be decision Tiano, and no was and a year can was one patch on the Empire Church now. And the cross which I say Ampano, as some could see, I say, MPP Nibia Kase, non-professor Dubois Hinti. And the end when the yari engineer Manamabiono. Nipa of family that content no or no and then what is to do. Yes, I have CJ Louis or Tafrija or Tafrija was CJ. If you know or Tafrija na Mihuja cross or Tafre as what Tafrija CJ Louis is in the house. And then I have my own soul sister way back from teaching days to date. Oh yeah, ura oh yeah, mommy, mommy. You know, oh yeah, be about for some years now. Was also a teacher for Ura Queen Star Dubois. She's in the house. Queen Star is here, and then I have political Mavis. Mavis who didn't know every day. Minim the entire the political and the tour. So go for the tour. Political Mavis is the TikTok sensation, social media sensation. She's very much available on Facebook and TikTok. To me, self-devotion. We said you'll be answering, will be entry and can't anyway because Africa or any service. PPH just say she's struggling like most of us is struggling. And so Mavis in your time, it decampaign. She attend court and say, and then another free stitches now go and go school. She's today, we're in the service day. That means say what trusting school no cry or calling Mavis is in the house. Mavis is also member acquire. CJ, are you getting up? I say, oh, nice baby, I will go baby. Very well. My main fact, CJ in just here. I mean, Bram so. CJ, newspaper headlines, he had as an idea about me to a campaign strategy, you know.
Oh, no. I think, well, my chatty for my Brown Moshe. I'm say most often the tie review. And your boy, I'm fancy. Talking of newspapers now, I believe say the last minute, you know, about me stepping up in the campaign. And then looks like say what they intend saying. I'm saying a strategy. What's the last time we catch was say what Iraq Kennedy and a strategy. He was being strategic. So obey about me into the realms of
dirty politics.
Yeah. But it did not work until rather no a boost to Baumia in the campaign. No? Yeah, so.
The young one was the papers in England as a Baumia dominating. We had about 7, but all 7 no Mumbai 4 there. Baumia is chopping the front page for free.
Yeah. Why
you Juma? Juma just saying. Juma Ben about me. Campaign is only didn't call the entire country in a way.
Oh, say. Cool. But the impact of cow coil. And then I can want some. say what to entire country ni na checking Musa Dankwa o man say
favorability go as will beat Kenya Japan. Apart from favorability, Brian Champon beat Kenya Japan by 86 to 85. You know, I say Brian campaign or corner across the country in one crank. Because any day be winning on the ultimate now.
Oh, sir, but Dikaka said Brian Kasani end game wo maybe I'm arguing about it.
Yeah, you said it.
I don't think Brian intend to run for this 2028 elections because when that I said yeah they are obey team win, but the end game is the 2032, right?
That's the very next 2 elections now.
Yeah.
Now, Sir Brian, into me when Domoko is here. One area. Do you agree with Musa Dankwa? Because let me tell Musa Dankwa now. I say one ameno kasa. Because let me be fair and frank. You are not a poster. You are not a researcher, surveyor, whatever. But in Komoka cried in last 1 month or them mano. Come I said the Okafa, the Unhufa, Dr. Baumia, and then the Honorable Kenya Japan Umbiano. Musa Dankwa repeated, but this time with facts and data.
Ghana politics so you're observant. Now also be follower. You don't need a poster. You don't need a poster to tell you who's winning and I say who's not winning. And your rocket science.
Sir?
And your rocket science. It was so clear. So I knew from start say Ken was going nowhere. Rhetorics ne sembe bra okay kano. Was he near tibia meboa. And you can say nkusiaga.
Okay.
Nkusiaga.
Na so utie of Musa Dankwa ne KSM komo yomudi. KSM was understandably shocked. Oh no, when I mean to American KSM is not so much a sympathizer of the MPP, especially Dr. Baumia candidate channel and Nyamengwa. He's my uncle, all right. But or had that member Baumia chance or more conquer form doing SSBO Baumia should not even be entertained in anywhere near presidency. Eti oti Musa Dankwa no. Me observation make no. He was understandably shocked almost about every findings of a Musa Dankwa the two name about Baumia winning this thing cool and chop.
There's a science research so be so a surprise. You see it more than 3 or 4 seconds I will fake.
Okay.
The case was just faking. Because
first one the genuine. First surprise in the interview, the name genuine.
Yeah.
Subsequent ones.
You can't fake more than 3 or 4 seconds. That can be I said they also own and also what done. You been Janos, I won't do any that. Because I election with primaries clear.
Foregone conclusion.
Foregone. That's the for one to better word. A foregone conclusion. Emma, my doctor about me. I was be always saying, say, be a thing, be a miracle. But Nipana Gaza was one miracle. At some point, catch a Christians or more bonfires or that form say the dog or if you cry better. And I Ghana, I am so brief as a more.
You didn't feel, but
only Paul, I don't watch the
but I'm just
saying, former president Yankopon, see the dogs or move here better than Nipana. Or that for President Yankopon. It is also a Air Bernard or whatever. I brother say Air Bernard. Now we say no shame come about that person. I mean, you're funny.
And come to wash about the
a funny country. Obi transit. A catcher so Besum Yankopon the end walk up baby agent. A catcher will be all praising the God say the dog our wolf is better. Gozi?
Yeah.
And then some kind of doors, but a man abandoned the moment can be.
Well, Mando definitely. I say in Nubia, but I just want to get from you. Of Musa today, I'm insisting on Musa because that of a Benefsin for some years now, as a conform Kakra fine. Kokubako. First not media personality. Aspiring media personality.
Credibility is very important. Tina manage
very well. Of a Kokuba Kokran and say when you're punchy like he used to be at first. Some years back.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe
because of Ken.
Okay. Why do you say it's because of Ken? Say Kokuba
Ken de Kokuba Kufaso.
When they
dedicating the time, the resources. To fight and bring yes. Okay. So only anas no problem. Kokuba.
So Kokuba anas na adwuma.
No. Ese we separated the entity Tiger Eye from the man Kokuba. Kokuba pen. Do and Godfather. But when you are targeting a character like Kweku Baako, as a character assassination or the man Kweku Baako, no, na anything cross over radio because he made him useless, literally.
Doesn't mean say Ken was right.
Kweku Baako be transfer no presentation a cheni pattern na be presentation. People were listening, people were glued to news file or Kwasi Mensah on Wednesday because of Kweku Baako. At some point he had to stop.
Because of Ken.
And also affected MPP communication. It affected them.
Musa Dankwase, he doesn't know where he never gave Ken a chance. I know the Musa uncle, but Musa is more important because he's a poster or not the way survey the other day. Me, I'm nobody, but I'm not even a delegate. I mean to be.
Kwasi Mensah.
Yeah. But I have also never given Ken a chance. It has cost me, some deep friendships, some meaningful friendships. If I didn't expect them, so Ken I'd the messy baby or the messy, Even though I have not been very much.
The sad aspect, they say, more top there, no. They die together.
Yeah.
But you want for
they look at that. Would you be Kwasi womb? Oh no. But what I'm trying to say is that my small corner, I also never gave Ken a chance. Just that, like Gabby was saying the other time, I'm shocked even how far Ken has come, especially in the last two competitions I wouldn't know because the first time I buy Obibiti Ala Jamantima land is free MPP Muse. I was shocked. I was stepping Alan to be second place to Bawumia, but Ken, maneuvered his way with 37% to date. Even all his followers think say is a remarkable achievement. Say na establishment candidate to in still na Ken to say. But Musa is saying that 1 week to election, Ken still has no chance. You may not be Ken favorite, but another Ken may not be your favorite. But still now you have some soft spot for MPP. Do you think it's fair comment to make? Say Ken need chance be a soft on empire Sikami was saying no. According to him was say the Magana for Chusu after Rollins Omuchusu, President Kufuor, President Mills, President Mahama, President Kufuor, and now President Mahama again. It's not about being a fighter. It's not about being hot-tempered and ututujagun and blah blah blah. It's about being calm and gentle. Masa Ghana for Gen Z who they to be. Gen Z when you say here calm and gentle, be here fighter. How do you reconcile that? Is it a future and the empathy be when I say name penifone and I agree say titiwana and say etwaso?
Well, Gen Z here fight and the new news. So check Rollins time. It was then the younger generation when the Rollins by. Until time and time, that's how it's going to work. Tembi the young needs of friends say blood. He was a teacher be no woman workers, but read the blood flow. At some point, when the young say so, a friend say the fighter is part of the young energy.
The benefit the one fighter said
oh Debbie. So this stage be I become calm. Age is so bad nipa. Who knew na you will learn a lot to say it doesn't solve. See so you know the fenipa and so she fenipa. But so you're younger, you believe say BBI say any jasu. But this stage we are then you realize say no, sometimes calmness solved a lot of problems than say obey any giti.
And then finally on this, maybe you can wrap that and the Europe and the women in. Mr. Engineer Komla Japan say if I manyon on comate reception of maybe Dr. Duchuna Mehedante the work can far DC on last Thursday MPP for call peace partners. Obia Base said the impression that I came pass with I said there was some error, there were some omissions, Adibu so man there was nothing like that. And initial statements from Kwasi Mensah, spokesperson to Kenya Japan's campaign, no person just say document and Ken saw it for the first time, so he had to read everything to understand it. That is also not true. Kwasi Mensah has not come to apologize. He was misleading us. But the head and tail of it is that there was no error, there was no omission. Ken Mumuka, me try the book to Facebook, me see reading and incomprehension. I don't think it's incomprehension, bro, for me, but that's a comprehension. That means pen opposite, and I mean, I'm a critique, I'm in Beshe, so non comprehension. as a kind of kind, but one tias because or not just say Nelson Comodica will say baby and you move bano yen fanka home. So far Kwabra Japan is saying that there was no error in the peace pact document we all signed. Yes, I who done say Ken didn't in chino. Was as I am man of a typewriter via me so I'm one for. A shed no pass or shedder no good dear. No, never kakra because in a long time, who's MPP for from Penny two former President Kufuor couldn't attend anyway, but former President Nana was there. Almost everybody important in MPP was there. Na dear Mananka Aya Kono, even though the harm has already been caused, Kenya Japan has insulted Baumia on almost every opportunity he gets. Baumia seldom replies. The first, he also says, Ken about Mian Crawford has been saying all manner of things, forgetting that Nato she has been saying things, Steka has been saying things, Kwabra, by lawyer, Yabua for Krabakan and saying, Okofa, Yakofan Crawford, Mundi politics, Munya, I'm afraid, Emengayanism. Apart from Brown, say, Asaria, as we headed in Huni, almost will be our Casamaka in Japan, including Kiki Sapon. Kiki Sapon, some Crawford was also trouble him because Yatibi Professor from Bobati de Dinano. On your delegate on sacred name police station. Papa maybe or trouble on Kai Ubusan and Necra womb. It's a fair question to ask Dr. Kiki Sapon, or a delegate and or trouble away infant. No, this still says Ken was just trying to embarrass the party like he has always been doing. Is that a fair conclusion to make from Kwabra Japan?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Sure,
won't say. Election your guidelines and your peace pact, right? Guidelines election rules no. So and I Ghana hire a election. I hear from irregularities about my young cancel that part. It
will be cancelled.
It will be cancelled.
Yeah. And the SP about cry.
Yes. A kind of broso need to identify how the election of that place they bear annulling.
Yeah.
If it has to be rerun,
say one particular ballot paper.
Yes, to change. Yeah. So how is this idea? Yes, a code travel or may say opportunity just to do the right thing because time when catch Baumia said Baumia a liar no. He realized so he goofed, but now want him and apologize. Okay, Canadian Casano working contradiction no. My dream was until the man a chance from day one because and never by me when the signboard be now I would say the slogans and bold. Decisive, discipline, loyalty, honesty. And all that. So, Mr. Semi come one. Emu be no have a different man. So they say, "We bolder." Penny also you bold, no. So get something wrong. Who admit it? No, why apologize?
Yeah.
So what I say, loyalty. Be also your lawyer. No, you sold your seat. So what I say, seat. I say, who one casano apart from seat, I was selling. You know, who throw be our opponent catch and say, "Oh, magic seat." And then help the person to get the seat. Who we also be trying because the MPP did not do better in terms of MPs because of a Dr. Baumia. Okay? And discipline. You can't keep your zipper. Baby mama say be 8 or 10. So where's the discipline? So what you say?
No, young.
Doesn't come to that.
It does. When someone is disciplined, it's part of it. See, I can't say we are disciplined. So what has yes. No, a part of no, it's not what's up a public office.
Oh, send you no in the past.
No, and your past. How you no, your past is part of right now.
So be present.
It's part of right now, present. Because we past define the your present. And I believe say all
it doesn't come to
it comes to the point I'm talking about being disciplined.
8 different. You're 1 and 2 be yes. Normal. 8 different women.
They're not because discipline
20-something children. Sister, what are you talking?
No, I don't count him as someone or a discipline. What the hell the part signing as so we are disciplined. No. I'm not talking about the marital issues. I don't even want to go there. I'm talking about being disciplined with 8 different baby mamas. How you discipline? How?
8. Wow.
But, no, I want to know what the hell. I can retract it if I'm wrong. But how are you disciplined with 8 different baby mamas? How?
A man then can cry now. So what I
say? It is how you discipline. Well,
enkomo no inya no baby akra no me ho say ma no isia no omohome eti omupe ewuramu bi. We have Questa Edubuahin. She is, a very respectable wife. I won't tell you the husband, but we're legal, Tim legal for Nibia. And then Mavis, like me, and then I heard in me, media de whom you because me yapa home, and so Yagoponia Mary, and then we use and found in via media, Minyam Sonim about Mary. And so CJ and Queensta may belong to the same school of thought because they are in that very institution we are going to talk about. Me and myself, we are about, but me as a because my son is about 12 years.
So, they say youngster, me what?
Me
Gen Z.
Yeah, so let me bring in these two women. Now, ladies, in fact, thank you for coming. We haven't had two ladies at a time ever. All the time, me man go and enjoy here. Akosha se wani lumba ne kura odobro ni ya wompedi di enti asem ya ka okoye platform no so especially on Facebook and TikTok and grow for na na de bia mami no asem so me man go and eke so we were itching to have some women have some of their opinions here. Me any nka ma me caveat say ono anka so restricting no because o pasem but asem we nko ande o so wonka bi on can be to date waka bi anka cover a me kra but queen there to say na na no keka no enti o sheda ka jam kwasi sanko mo we nko ande adabe die bia no which my friend Queen Star, what exactly do you want to say about this? Lumba ebe we are the 60 years or ne unu ya nesu baby mama Lumba baby mama yenu kra no which me dey near bube 2 or 3 or 4 but 2 now prominent right now because the niece abaya no one ka me abotipend ne ma me nya hu nanim papa and let's assume she's there minding her business but odo akosua sewa Lumba nyum no na me nshi akosua sewa no because am ka so ni hompo because otabo ni ma me hu ne da na o hwese osibo ne din a odo mule and the wuchi beti say no abaya bi so be sha about 17 years omo won kwara mako opaimu a ntafo mto pa ntafo no ma ensia na me nyame adomo emanum na mo mbako eyentanti opaimu na yensia Lumba wuchi no yeti de bae hu 1 week no ohwe bi se bi wo yoba ohwe ma na mi no se do no musiti a ohu ne se no ye question baako then the bae a afi na otwede na chi no mai mi no ntumi angry ama busha panyini enye omonim ankora Lumba chikura ama ombeye yi a or the penny now didn't call court crassenka or any on Quano. Went to me, I'm a no ope. Ama ebesin ye in moon or Saba Ghana, or then certificate bear flag, equi or airport, a ball, num coco, Phoebe, the Dacia, Bra, yen cry, wa maybe. I was so quack of Pecrata, Aquadilumba Japa, de non conomo mache, Nasser, or Dobro Nibenya, when you be Western, couldn't in some necessary papa she can win party and call Dobro Nibenya. What do you make of all this to now? Asakra never fire sponsor.
That's it. Senior. The metia it's you for near reform. Lumba issue need the issue pa. Na eba so mesua niema bebre because they bia me follow. They bia me follow issue. Na one akosua se wade no. Say yes start here for Lumba na brabo a akosua se wa ene first wife. Na my no kra no said the wudi kaka ni atini din. Ya atini din o. Na yen hwe wiye. Se ye kase ye follow Lumba the tracks a. Anyum bebre wo kra na no san so bo against akosua sewa. Anyum bebre. Abo. E wo ho a.
Me tie ye ofimu na makai.
E na ye nyina ye so.
Wadwen ba so.
Na ye tie ne nwom a me metie Lumba nwom saa barasa yete. Mitie Lumba nyum saa mitimi tu bia ma mani tete
teacher dey balance we dey
me penasem pa na one akosua say wa eye mistake yes to me ni mistake a oye ne say ye bedi 1 week oba kama ye hu woni lady no so kama eye odobroni no ye hu senia na mo exchange pleasantries ni ade eno free ho no ye week na wie edi ade na esi akire ema ayie kura no sebi oni lumba kura wo ma na mo jaya wo so otimi ba na yi
ya de dano
otimi ba
ye bo na siripe
otimi ba
ye na yi o kuma se abonten so
otimi ba otimi fa reason bia emma say untimi ma said na si Germany said na aba untimi enkasa na moreover un say ne man so bai
o me say na
nti ade na wo ho minim say ewuo na chi 1 week na chi no na nsem wo ho influence bi from families no sa na me hu no
papa shi
me hu say ono de say oye lumbania
yeah go say
oye lumbania
yeah
according to him oni lumba nanti na me sai me follow omo no me hwe pictures bi a oni lumba atwitwa na che say that papa shi na enya ni position ni enya ne na e wo senka wo ye ni na wo ye problem solver kese pa if you cross say mama akosua krampo sebinka bibi wo ho a kese papa shi na ma ye hu de owoka ana say solution no oma ye hu ni ye
as opposite kon mom ye mediator between the two
exactly I was say kono yesa but look at this papa shi no onu mom na ewo maame no netiko because ye nimu no but oba ye no ye be hu so ye calm
yeah
ye be hu so mpe no ho asem
yeah
ye be hu so woni lady ni kura o mpe nim wo mo ho
yeah
de minim no minim say maame akosua say wanim odobroni
yeah
but sisi ade Ghana for kika ni nyina ma akoye say onim odobroni kura aseda onte ne ho asem da but ekunu yi wuye na ama wabehunu sa lady no enti ensem ne de in fact edoso na nye sensu na wosenka esi lumba na chi ayebasa lumba chi ayebasa kura se o ma hwe ya yese ne wofase ba ko bi nso kura afrimu
for sinner for
spirituality no ye ni but in reality no se obi ye wo papa eye wo papa na wonim na namontuo kura onam so na se oni ho na wo bedane ne papa no edbe ye hatred a enema betimi asisi pa because that guy no me follow omo pa
guy
Kofi na we free mu no
okay
Kofi no kura me follow no
for sinaba no
ne ba no
I see
oh say ne mame e wo this side woman no so me follow but the all can say on pen totoye de wonim ne say na ne bra ne odobro ni ti ana de wonim ne say wone ne womma enti afi na wo be free girl yachi na wakodi sister kosu yachi ontimi nyesa because otikuma sekura na otimi kwa ne bra ho ewo akra ho a o meet sister wo hwe no
mana kwa ba
ti ase enti ni anti ba ko ni sister ba ko no a ye frɛ no Brempoma no ono so oyawe so audios ba na eba sisi akra no ne fana audio aba kire say wonunu ho Brempoma
aso kasa ya
fana wana aba last week ya be Friday osi wonunu ho na woni odobro ni asem na odobro ni antena se ono de no opese ohun ni said no opese ohun de ku Charles
Charles what do
Debbie Charles intimi musa
I didn't hear 60 years
ono
people die day one 1 year 5 years 10 years Lumba na wonyo be was said de dua wi ebu no sa na dua mo bu Lumba has been sick for a long time to a lot of people according to him he should have died long ago it no then na wo ho a wonte ase a chenchina a che hwema ne ho
enti no osilidi no antena se ama nkofo so kra generate issue ewura wo montem
of course why not because what can say onim de ekunumba no the suspicion was that enya na yere ketwa mo na ekunu for Japan
na ekunu
yeah
enti de no mu ye nyina chi no sini na onim se eye Japade ntia eye akosua no eye Brempoma no mami akosua ene Brempoma no omu nyina ma ya papa shi no de na ono in support of akosua say one because the akosua no me dem nim so promise no the akosua ni benya bia no e bia no ama ne part matese so no pe DL FM station no
na go dey evangelism
sa ne nana opesa odi akoso achi naka ode ma no obi anye bibi kwa o obi ani ho ye bibi kwa nti papa de na odi ade na chi ase akoso abenya part of the properties na nka ono so wa take no ono so ne part sana ade ne tie na de ka nyina no eye adwenkyere de eye obi a wo ho kwan so kire na adwen because wa mie wa no a ye hu tirimu asem nti obi a kire na adwen eye na lumba de in fact wa kire yade ni wachi nyina yesu de minim say ye wo professors ni bi wo am betro books after the death ama yenso ya besua omo mususu so ebeba be sua lumba ho asem apart from the music ya yenim na yesua bebre wom enwum ni bi okora nim say ente west yes anti ase but na say DJ KA mo ene ladies beat me to nwum no ma wo hu say
see no patch okay
west ni bi wo ho a wote a etache wan kasa ama wo hu say bra no nyame afa ne so asesa nipa brabo nyame afa ne so aye nipa bebre ewo nipa bebre so abrabo mu ti ase nti lumba issue there in fact I was so mama bibia ekoda na properties no omo anpo betimi ache wa bra court mem
na nya no nananka ye hwese bia obo betimi ache bra court mem ba wo hwa adano yinya lawyer twin crime by studio na wo chire ma chere say obi free ahazo tesi because ha say bi nam say obi eni ajapade papa bi enti no obi eni o ha no ho asem ye will be ato enti no wa free mu na bi akwasi tie ye na de me ne hwe but inu se me nkanto so no na menya we na me so amanya krata bi anto so na afi meja hoko Ghana mra enim se sa de ntimi sinti no Rollins adaroma on my some laws bi a obi free mu enkaka be me free mu na wo yere mpo free mu oba na ajapade ofi a emra betimi na se nipa no jansa man se wo nyasa man se wo Ghana mra no betimi atai abusuachi na kakra ojaye no omotimi ache ama eyere emma ne abusuanya bi nya pepepe no on my instance one person cannot just get up and say I'm going to claim them. There was say mine kokra no 2 or 3 out of 4 odinkambo abusuanya immediate family, a spouse, children and obi a we ni se bianko nyina de ene ade eti no akosha has been in the Bruchere for a long time. Na se bi obi a watena Bruchere angasa hotara na university course on its own, especially for any of Africa. Na wonya lawyer bi nso a lawyer so se bi onya lawyer bi akeke lawyer kusi kumasi ya wagedi wa handle case akese enso we nyina echi no akọ baako no okopa so chese ono kwa na yeyire no judge ka kire no yonko ba ka kire no e judge say dabi meremu no wonko antumi nya yire mani because the ma o yeyire kura wunya bi mfa nkire enti mu mienu mu nko na mu nko ekura na mu nsie mu kunu wante ase antumi anya yire kura eyechi wa mebi ni nyina echi no eno oba ya afi supposedly no ko jane krata akro na nko de ba court na we nya no o de aba o di display e won kran airport o sa ba Kumasi o fa fon ba so ko hia nkrofo airport esa no mo jitata ba fie ama de chi ye so nyina court e ko pe krata se wono nko an ye mo lumba japade no family no na ono nchema obi nya bi ma botaye na techri no se bi wo de wo ye oba warfo se na ukunu so ti ase nya mencha de ete wo say unu aba panyin na say we kra the way o ma me dey bia is a long stretch but wo sister panyin no na na wo tu sa na mo ya emfa ho na ya akosa papa shi beka enka de pa na ka beka je ma ana sister ye ntu ebo ase na enwene de
me da se de metimi aka ne say properties de lumba o bebre ye kra ye nimu ne sa no last time na man bi ka say o school we kwa na minim so school
minim da
o si lumba
see you what da
no o so school
me what da
o se no oye ne niema edisie oye ne niema disie se de otie na no sa na ne niema
ye nyom kwa ne pie
eno kwa ne pie o si lumba wo school
I see
nipa bebre nim but ono one ne nam no onim o si lumba wa fuo na fuo no emefuo sa wo body fuo chese eniema bebre
na ye adwene and double nenko and only fee
and also cry properties
yeah it is
properties no
was one bag about
na we no adwene ni nyina kwagina edan so na me de me hu ne say Mami akosua say wade. Me say baby omutie sisi anokra ho de say.
Tantra Hills East Legon.
East Legon. East Legon fi no. Lumba dan for me ate asese. Yesi afa ni dwabin fusu. O me ate asese. Sa land na nkasa no na lumba ekoto no. Akosua de ni sika. Eso so. Anya dan ni si o.
Okay.
But land no. Nti ono ma me ne de na adwen nyina mu no. Sa dan no eye first.
Ese oje.
Opesa fi no.
Baby a do do so.
Na lumba so ni lady no.
Awo ne manyina.
Awo mani nyina wo ho.
Omote ho.
Eho na omote.
Yentu om no me.
Ope no.
Ozo no te Ghana.
But opesa fi no.
O jesi wo keke.
So de be ma high so beton. E bi kro beton. Sa fi ni ye one.
Yeah.
Ope no. Na Germany ho ankasa so. Yesi fi a wotimu nyina. Oni lumba ene ye etoy.
Okay.
Oni ne etoy. Ansa na Ghana ha omo kika lumba fie kra no. Edan ne bebe 8 or 9. Uhu dan so a uhu se eye guy. Enti sabio wonko a ye ma odan ni nyina de bede. Wo fa nye hwe. Lumba no kra na obreye no.
Oja hoko. Enkofo nsi so wo ma, se ma me ne wo ma.
Miensa.
Yeah, be ma ba ko ma mienu. Nti so no mo fa nye hwe a ne ma wo ho.
Ne ma de omo wo ho na ma no kra so no. Onim say omo tai omo ma me keto ane so achi.
But it's a challenge they'll cut I couldn't confirm anyway.
Yes.
But there seems to be some communication out there coming from Charlie Fosu, supposedly the second born.
Yes.
Or the Carvinechi. Abaya no by yen as no nim send any reference say ye no by was race says no say the young ponzi born no. Already abaze ne ma me suit to be on the by Kumasi but say ne wono say one and ma no challenge kan ono na ese no. Challenge on any ma me no no ma me na musa na dwene pachoto aso.
Enti no ne ma nyina support odobrani. Edu vacation a omoba ebese omo fada na omoba betu lady.
So we dey no one aduane mo mudi. Mo ba bi da.
Enti se ne omo papa ni ho. Sabi ajapade. Eye dan a obi abenya bi. Even lumba me se omo mo wachire ne nesuro. So wo mani bi mu wachira.
Okay.
Me so mu nesuro. Na me share lumba den time na Germany me ko bi anka me ye sure se me ne no oba. Kama sabre ko anka me so me ko pebi. Because lumba ni obi owura ofi a wo mana konya.
Debi.
Onye obi a untimi hwe nanim.
Yeah.
Enti se so fa kra na kra bremu obi a hia obi baabi. Asa na odi na dru.
Se bere nye ntipo nyankopon.
So
no wo Yesu.
Enti sisi ano asam na nyaba lumba sabi we free mu wo niema ye cha obi a benya bi obi a enti o munya botre evi abusua no krampo wo mo de abusua no o se abusua pani kra ye ni wie ye no obi bisa no question o say ono de on falumba ejapade enye hwe
okay so o dai ba mienu me san
hey last time ye ono so nani ama
o se be onye obi a wo na ma wo stress
baby hwane makra
yeah
hwane wife
yeah
into se
so kuta two
obi
o se two pack na chese ukuta ma mienu say one pack two pack
two pack
yeah
enti wono kra no o se sabio on fanye na emom ye yamamre mu ne de ye ntimi ncha de nkasa busua nya bi enti eye dan ya abusua bi na ade ba kwa me hu ni sei ma me se wa hwe ya ebi kra na ejapade ne de wo so mu nya no na omu anya ne sa because senia obaga na obeye me say media no e wachiri
yeah
enen panifo nyina mo po adwuma kofie didi wi a obia kita ne phone
yeah
obia hwe ne ekoso
yeah
enti obia ni mobi so we regular kwa wa TikTok ni nuanom ne dia ye nkofo ni mo ti ase enti mesre omo nya botre omo akomanto yem na omo ntena se because last time kra no obi ka say e presenter bibisa abusua pani say e fa no musie daddy na o se won ne nam a wo kire baabi adadi wo eda o se na yire ne say wo peso ohunu baabi a ne kunu da
se wa no
na
he se ya no ama
na wo se wo de ye se wa ama na wo ni me fie wo se wo ni me fie enti enya media so
enti won tumi ko papa abusua pani kra fie wo sa no onyina bonten no obusa se di enche na bonten be ne kunu da
ha na papa no so say onsa so peso ohunu baabi a ne kunu da omre fi
ana nkuto mu ni mre no
so no ka say momo ka say se yesie da de lumba kura mo be kwa kotu efunu no na mo nso maye mo die ono so nya kura
wa kyerema mo kotu
wa be kyerema ama makotu ni nyina so ye musuo enti no on kyerɛ ba bia lumba da wa bonten opa omre fi
okay
na ne mma no kura mpo enim ba bia on papa da.
Finally on this, maybe after this I can let you go because moms are moms. She has to be in the house. Today is Monday. Lumba the nyina echi ne dia boba bay. If free sale for your support, what is it? Be say also bobo free campo.
Oh, of fire support the any dear. One, ne brother na kasa. Ne brother na metie no. O say ne bra no ene ne yiri entem tete 2012.
2012. That should be about 14 years ago. All right.
It was 2012 no. And one so
na warrior no. To be 12 years no be at the look at this 17 years and 20 years.
It was say eho e na support ne be jare ye. It was so be yare ye no. Na sabi omunya obi nhwe no. Wa bra ejire wo ho.
Etiase.
Enti man ne say ono ankasa oni mpanimfo ko eyire no ho e ka chen say. De ne bra ne de aye ne bia omo fanche. Nenka empata bia anasa chopa bia.
Empata na nko metna.
Nenka o metna ho.
E na o yare mumu na mo ba be pa choso metna ho.
Wo say o ma.
Na me kra san ka menko.
O sa.
Ho den wen fi mi. When we heard there Nantina Angomona, or Patricia say, what the Okafri 2012, according to that woman, for a long time, for example, has not been faithful to her.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the Muye Merena Fina was now, see the Mabema Wedney, a local energy, Ubia, Magita, Manasna Mahon, Menabusha for Bacaya Semembra, and also Rita say, Wamba, and then of a Yabiana, where Yabi, a manatan or her.
And see, dear by any say, or say, Omoni Tiwaka side. To omuniti wa kasaye no ana oje penny e be hwe no enti wa na atena ofaya ho a tiwa nso afa ho awagya no enti so mo kase papa no wa ajapade bi na yire so obepre bia omo nti ase
emra ma ho kwan sa
oh possible enkra no I said de bia kan na be so enkra ne so enkra ne ye fo
one ofaya
ai ana enkra ne nyina so di omo papa chi
omo nyini so
omo nyini enti omo nyina de omo papa chi baby papa ne be ko bia omo kobi enti omo no from day one omo nim de wo omo maame ne omo papa entem enti obi wu ani e be pagya pade ne de enya de e be boa wo me ye sure say
o camera ne ni say obetuma hwe ho na oni unu ya makasa e be sima ba ko a efutu bi sa ho a wo de aka wo
de metimi aka ne say mema ehia ema mema ehia ma okunu ana be ma obehia no no
nana say
ubisa ne say owo yire okase ane ubetimi ni natena ma wonye wajapade ma wo de wunya wo no ho abeboa no ma onye ma wo na enkoduru brebi na busua emma na wo ho mekere wo se wo pe bibia ekunu na wo hia no na ma wo mo at that time no onye de obeye emma wo ansa na obefiri mu a wa firi mu damase
yeso yedawase ebinuaba Queen Star Adubwa he oye uraire oye ma oye wife oye educationist o kire sabi nipa ade nka se nkwada na wadwan yo se dabe nkwada nka nipa a wa quantity mu free de tie nketwa ikosinti tie kesie ma o kire sabi Uganda man ade ameyehu ye daache a eda yenim ene ne twetwe nkomo no ma Queen Star de ne politics system de anaja I say maybe is a one power ism ye eti wadom yen wa kire na dwen amoso mohu Afro City for our social media, Mohun, dear Maso, Kafa Windy. I'm sure say Alaji Shark, a name in your Males a champon. Any didn't can be animal dinano. We heard obey a canada compare, no more mucha da pano, more to Boasica cra, more come for a moment, saying, your member, nana, Sabu, Yahote, and I cadiepe. Sima Yebana Afi, you rather be a MPP4 Egeka because we have barely 1 hour into the show. I shall say somewhere by 6 Edru Haidi. Yeah. But we na yenko the headlines aka and the over to me aka fa ho. Na Louis, mami mra ho ansa na makome ho. wo sister sabi wono ye wa for mu legal for you or kasembi ebedru bebi ma sabi so obi ne obi tumi etnase sakoma pamumpo eja aware na mpa ti se moja ebusua tiase se mokọ mre no ma mra so atiase moja ya ba ko free mu a jai na chi nyina echi no obi tumi ba se bia na otiase no japade we particular way na me no ntino o mu se jai ma moji tum na so japa de meka ho ntimo fa me de enka ho what be that?
It depends. It is also lumba controversy abe nyina tama kusese wakase on team 2 hours to be the muche japade. Lumba ti ase mo muche ya. I don't think so after that then ka kusese wa be samba back say obe che japade.
Okay.
Nti say bi o kase ya support ye jaware no. Tama mo jaware no mo transe ase busua egu aware no e de ese oba ne nyama na. So what I say? Yeah, some no man also do baby. I say, Bushan mo madrin basso. Say, Jaware man kunkun, I say, worry. Okay, because of Abia, we be fine. I'm one Abia, Monte. But my worry, my bobra. So long as my property, each part be out the ocean in Sakao. There's some more trans and more resolve. Our render munti be my force, our rain force. At some point, Munam go home, at some point, Moon said no munti to a genuine subio. We be kakra. They were deserving no be added the amana. Now if you move on.
And Jimmy and soon, Mrano, Tias and as a back on the free man. The I can now was I saw bass over wait to me a family can be so. I can say, oh, Bushiatias, Timu, name Moja Padi, we say beer, the Naquini can say. More than always go India or Kai say, and I will be a camanati say, Lumbe Cotosa, Senocras and EB Foundation, Nana Penny Sika can. Yes, so much jay, so many, Nisika can dear. I can home. It is a no new Nasa no or Mehusa Mecra, so I'm impending my habitant, dear, and therefore, Majay and Prego Grammy. So better my own body.
Right.
A bit to Mrs.
A bit to me, see, but I think say, so here. Also, to say, I confirm say Lumba and your well.
Yes.
As at now, no, the little I know, say if I'm right, interstate succession law na PhD law, what they say, you know. Ne right, Freddie said the current abode, no intimate to name free who. The marital current fancy baby or TCC.
I want to mention a good
honor, unless say, will prove say, friends say deeds and as a title of the land, and the deed was to be. Say the dean is necessary by word of mouth. Say, I could say what so.
For
now, say
the bit my risk. I grad also maybe.
No. The because as I say value a change. As I see be white on 1 city. What I say hint but say none the sick can approve and answer the deeds of the land and the dean also there. Then automatically. Was somebody in the part man. But
yes, a city equivalent of today.
No city equivalent. The property, the landed properties. As I say, they are. A dining system automatically. You are part of. You own part of the land. The dining system. It's in here in Sikan how they call command. The part of the building I'll be in Edinburgh, man.
But finally on this, then of a yasapon, which means any day, as I already know, is see young as I. Bushia for Biazel for your new say. Or they buy and some buy because one worry be on power and travel my bush and now crying a power bath for Fretcho. Could you did know Busabian a compare or double no one, Kunya, no double no baby, Suyan or being come Congundiva. We did your head that Timothy.
Yeah.
Say a Timothy, and then a man bush a penny about timber issue warn and say, or Henna, or Vanilla, my friend. Identity. Yes, Indiana. Yeah,
I think so that comes from antenna program on we some time ago. No, so Banco Castle in Jawari and all that. Yeah. So Becca, I see. Yeah, because maintain so clean be about yes upon the Yasu Binikuna. But I'm so Casa from experience. Wouldn't say be or man starting to see a Bunse Akofa Banafia.
We fell to pack the second. To pack on the second or pay the and I say, oh, no,
I don't think so. I mean, Yini said, was a penny be a person there too. To park the beaver to no menini. Or no casa to park Nemun. And then I didn't see for frag, go very think about a lot of actions. Menini said, obey the same way. No,
I agree to that. All right, I was now for we are done with the first chapter of our show today. We wanted to look at these social issues here. As I was a hopper, as a new one's a hopper, because empire training the any of them will be actually a man to pay. And Yamia don't be a no warrior, any and PM or aqua pigeon travel or gas one count. As you name. Now, I'm practicing who grassing benefit for practicing. I was going to be so well 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Granum there with that. As so many baby. What is it? Now we are going to our second chapter. Methodist for it. It be a sorry about one. I feel there's someone who can bring to Christian. So I hence you do watching nine. Hey, about one. I think you better know my hence you do watching now. Now we are going to the second chapter, which is more political in nature, because MPP is they have 5 days to decide who becomes their flag bearer to meet the NDC in 2028. No, Ohem Koma, EPP, Peace Pact, Bemunia, 10-year campaign, Ecosone, accusations, a fake party in Penifone, Namucha in Comona. I needed somebody who had the time, who has the time to follow the MPP. Some of us can't even do, and that is where my own sister Mavis comes in. Political Mavis is what you know of her on social media. Neso ni fi ne ne krachi dia ode nam de ono abochirewa obeko wachi. Menua bai ewofia ma yene ne nkomo. Obapa political Mavis. Udin pa de say.
From Mavis, your boy Joe.
Kafra watanache asa wo ye krada. Kafra.
I enjoy conversation.
I know, yes. And Uncle Fota come so they will enjoy no order. I did enjoy. I did what I wanted. Where do I enjoy? What's who didn't same you?
Mavis, your boy Joe.
Mavis, your boy, Ejiwa. Your boy, Ejiwa. Papa, dear boy. Miss Medina Jew. And to know, okay, dear Miriam. Now you're Cosia Nama Naya.
May I Cosia?
May I see. We are Quabna. Queenstown, I mean, if ya. Sister Coos, any black question come maybe I shall see free. They na because you look young. You know what they want, dear. Yeah, me whom I can even be your father. I say I don't want to say in here. They and now there's huge sensation on social media as we speak, especially on TikTok.
Mamilika nche for mutie and then you bring now Afro City Extra. One of the shows and I say channels you follow YouTube na
yeah.
We are brantie na opese utie baby a ubenya futusem ubete de yakoso o man mu na dia na Afro City Extra. YouTube social media no waje so baby a. Na politics ne de because say na nka me life no kra na nyadia be dadwene won say be duru me bi kra ma benya din bi say political Mavis wo me ya ma dia na me mfa me na nka me plans no kra ko me kai SHS time ana sa story we ya politics ya but eno na inshada nyadia me fa ni serious as me na me friends na ye kasa na ye de kakra o
school
Santiman ya.
Santiman.
Tina ye de kasa but me na me
ye so.
Aha. Me say my friends in so no me mba say roommate ni ade no. Ti ye di nkoma na ma no chabe say do class so na me different kakra.
So rana bro from dos but dom die bro sem die di hobia.
Eti o kakra jem teacher ni be say akra ni o waka cho say
na so we
don't pekasa. Ah. But you do dom dia.
Allah.
Na me no mo de resopa. Almost no nya politics there but 2020 election no.
Yeah.
And na me so see almost na me se mo yin na beto man na do. That was the
now you registered voter in 2020.
Before 2019 assembly abane bi.
Okay.
Team beto 2020.
So you were somewhere around 18 in 2019. Mathematicians mo ga mo na mo he.
Obezo be mo ni yes, indeed. Politics na ngasa na me ye ne de. Na 2021
yeah.
Campaign. Oh ye ne ma bebre school mo. Ungoto aba. Me no me no da ho ba room ba ungoto aba. Obi akoto magofo ado.
Was it permissible? Was it allowed for serious
na shada nya de a o se nkwala school for nkwala de yetimi wa de bi so academic school NDC ni.
Yeah.
We NDC ya yetimi chiche party de teacher for. Na ya anso ya create ye de. Eti mi tag wo so do ye ndisi nti e be shada ya ma na ya ya.
Okay.
Nti e shada tag ye teacher for na ya ejiginem. O nti na e wona ti me friends na me no mo school ne do mu hu me obi anim say enye me nwanwa say oti say because na ma no ye chabe pa school mu de. Nti me ye campaign na was 2020 nti akwala bi oto aba wa Asantema 2020 ese bi mo to bi register Obantima
yeah
ana me na mpese mkoto o me fie mkoto me constituency that time na me to aba wo Asokwa me to aba Asokwa
so you Kumasi girl prekope
me Kumasi girl
fine
di ne me ho ha na me ko me se me de chinchina me kwa koto me de wa Asokwa nti fast kura ana me ko e
mo mo na de ntia
oh na e wanna me register assembly de no
yeah
nti na me sa pese me to aba na me pese me to aba mama part
na make
MP no na pese me to aba ma no pa me nim de but na pese me to aba oye oba na oye politics na me fe
yeah we the public service announcement about one kasa no kure ni se bibia da kwam na betima ko okuru makoto a enkankan ye na efri kuru nkitu amu no eboa pa ade ba ko a me kuru Jacobu anye nya se kuru mandodo na ateboase tomto maba oboase to boase wo hwe mo numbers na dodo na nya boase fo oye kwan no otu abetena boase ne wontumi mpeso be ba boase tu me kuru mo so de enkaye obetum kura na ntiako oma no ntini ye pegota kura ye nya no so boase gota nyina omoye it may from Bantama to Asokwa tonke kruba ko beka se o nya ekumase osa nante form so for trotro eko no an constituency koto aba it's a very useful clause wa sebi se wo nkwada sa omunyi ni no mo fi no matumato aba in the next election urge them, and if you have the means resource them say about to draw omumere fi meto if you want community development for your area. Please continue.
Ati me koto aba ne we na eja SHS na ma no ye chabe me so be one time bia me ko school no ade bia aban de ba e bia me GB ade bia aban de ba e free bia first person na me de ni school uniform na me kwaje
OGB
textbook na me kwaje textbook na me kwaje ni bia aban de ba school bia me GB enti na me ye bia aban book bia pa bia benye buam ho
okay
bia ana school no ya se wo je na wo yira na obetuaka enti me so meji a oba maka to se kwana kwaji bi wo de oso so kwaji abayira me na me kwaji na beji na yira me na kotuaka enti me ma set o mo de ba ye calculator o mo de ba ye books bi aban de ba ye bia in fact na me pese me hu de free SHS na nkasa sitie se be ya se me ba bonti na me kan obi be hu sa ade ni se na sitie me ama experience bi nti me hu de be sitie enti me sheda ye me hu se ade bi e be free bibi mo e friend free SHS bi amkwa kope bi ahwe eti bibi e ba pass question bibi a eti me se ne so bi kan free SHS ne wan sem na o kan no o kan sem bebre obi wa kura se bi onko school da na o pese o gu policy ni hu fin no kan sem a betrasi am se papa we bi o ye pani de ba wonim de wo kan
yeah
ya no ye ko yes obi wa ana e ma ma ni mu ye din e na nkura no ko school kura ma manyem but owning the importance of education.
David.
Obi go any report card. But obejina baby an cassette ya free SHS inside the zabio. Ebi an baby an kobi. Ebi nya obi akwa no opportunity to go school. But me baby am free buy ya no. Any opportunity na me nya e true free SHS no. Eno na ma me gina mu 2020 you student a obeto aba by force. Enti me gina me na fofo no ebi zize ebi mo dun kwa dominance ne ebi nso kumawu. Oma ye machiche ne bi to aso bi nso ye omadwuma
okay
nti omo nyina de omo ni mi say won to aba mi nti bu kwakoto me ho me room dormitory no yes no bia
girls dom
kwakoto
is a girls dom hofo
hey na first year si won kwato aba man na do 2020 nti na e ade a asa me ni beje ho asa me ya na me ho to me ye.
Was it because of the response now when your feedback because you obviously saw yourself as an ordinary girl maybe school for the April, but you differences all the camera see so also phone to also a man babonte. So what inspired you was their feedback, the kind of lies interactions you had on narrate, sometimes the insult, sometimes the encouragement, and party for head after say sister, you heard that, yeah. Obey Bantama MP and Asokwa MP Jineme Kaya Hombe Jessica we na we mama and crack. What made you happy about it?
Esha say no na camera come.
Okay.
Mr. T SHS na camera bi anka.
Phones are not allowed in SHS.
Na ye ade keke but na omo enjoy.
Yeah.
Me kasa na me roommate for na ni age.
Ojo
obi odura na do ba na me ni age. Sa de na no mo ye.
I said na do kakra. Me first be get dia.
Na do ba na me ni gi sa de no.
Okay.
Eti me nya admission wa tech no.
Yeah.
Nipa obo ama me nya katanga ho. Odo de posti testcon e wo ne WhatsApp status na me hu ye. Ana me say me person join ni ku we be say MPP for ku. And I say I know the number mama. Say we men reach out to them. But ye ko school from na strike 2022.
Yeah.
Nti ne ba fie.
Yeah.
Ti na de we me person me hu ade kura ade pot ya nkwala we mu ye no. Na me hu because strike no but ye ba back no. Ye start ye na obi amaba me nche me say da ni mama nwasem no kura sa but na mani edi na manya mema nso omode wo fam no mode wo nam ye ko outreach ye ko we ye ko na ya me fe e wona ma me feel say ade ne say mode na ko bi am free bani bi awa mai na menya we but boy nipa mu bi ti say James mu mi ko share mu school mu test convo no no mo so mensa na yanko camp yanko ya outreach yanko twe do ma test con yanko eze bi a first year ni amaba school foforo na ma no challenge ni mi hwe so na mi dimbi nti e ma me be ya ade ase kaka nkra na me pe but me de na me pepa ye say yen organize bibi programs organization na me di
outdoor events
na ndie wo de ye funny panko program de nye say program program ene de na me pepa nti eno na me nyo bi am ye communication na me nye communication me de say organizer ye kwa outreach na me dim ye ko we yan nipa ne nkasa 101 sana na me ye na me ntwe camera say me she da ye
so at what point na camera say mbe mo
third year na ye ko try exams ba ye ko try exams na emphasize na oba no wa ye shi
everyone na fa no odwen say am fa no
ba ma ko try my right ba me wa say my busa kakra na me better fie but me wa to nsu no me friend ba ko nti me ko mu fie na na me o ma me ye sport ketua bi ana boys no mu area mu ba ye na agro na ye dio na arafu ba kwa beto coke ana wo no mti mama chabe na ye kasa se onu tie kire video into video wie na okọ fie ni se do bi anim se o de ko e bibi se wa post e o TikTok e wo no ni page ano patututu na video na mi posti ya no berere na me say dia video
wa shoko ono akasa kura wo no ani videos na ba ko kura try
me kam kire o wo say dia videos na wo dey can wo say eno asa mo kasa mi video na me ko posti ye that was it
went viral
na course I forgot the I didn't kura na mi page o mi page na o re foforo na ye yakọ room ye ne nkwala kasa na etwa picture ye test con adwuma na ye chef flag ye say no kwa am posti
as a GU for ba be ado
but onu na ko posti video bi na me kasa gidigidi menu omo emema no mo ye argument no ye ya no chabe no posti ya fe the course ni start say ba tie say ba no kana mi hu de ya mi sinya me hu because obi e frɛ obi e mo obi e say na mi hu enti film ne di kan ba first ne be hu how am see handle ne ye enti ase wa am say na matwam wa na mi hu but me koye campaign me kwa akra obi share radio program from Kumasi to Nkran na me pese meko but na I say free SHS won kasa na me so meko program na won sawem na me koye na me share abrante ba ko no na eja me ko Nkran me ni mu enti no na de me nam ye ko program ne ko na say amanfo ho da danti enya time kura nkasa we just by 10 minutes pe no me de mai ti na say obi am free Kumasi aba Nkran say me kasa radio so na me beduru ya me enya time ti na say my boring kakra ana ye free one papa ne say oh mama bi e friend no hajia hajia me re fini din kakra wa ye MPP panipa ba ko o hwe o so hu video na o pese o hu say de wusitie nti ye nko ne ho na ekohwe no ana me say aye nko e na ye ko e nti ye ko ye mama ni hu mi ana ni agi wo ye bia no so omo ye da komi ya na radio media for ne de camera call abontin na party mienu no mo kasa engagement ni bi omo ye bi o circle ana me say ne eke ye wie dia na say next program na ya tinka na ya nwumre ndu de wie yanko fam wo no yanko hwe de we ICT no so okay ne koi ti ye kodo na ndisi for ne mai ana trot for no mo no na mo didi nkomo afede ndisi for ba ya o ma no chabe o mo kan
that was when ago This is 2020.
2024, yeah.
24.
Yes.
And Nana was president.
Yes.
MPP was in power.
Yes.
Okay.
No chabe mo come cafe me to us. Me heard the way I'm go for this casa na me feel the way me person.
As a member no, as a yes a job for you know. Wo je na my head no.
Me catch it say, e catch am say mo me nkasa because as on go for ni defeat e.
Eh.
Ama catch am say akura we dey no betimaka. Akura we dey betimaka nkasa radio so don nkasa.
Yeah.
Oso dey mo for microphone ma na mo hwa ade.
Yeah.
Ena mo dey mam sa tam so nse me ko tech nti. Apie du kokobin kwan no any ade no mehu atonsu ni atonsu kwan no se meti atonsu eti mehu ya be biem ni ade no
street lights and traffic lights na ade
mehu ni ma be braman na ye bata se obi e betra wo keka na dwen ja go na ye makoma ya because me na me papa na sempa na me so ma go for me se papa wada wo mo e kwan na mo ka no duru oforu kroma apie du kokobin me na kwan no yagu sutum duru atonsu yagu me a me mpaso ya so
sa kwado. Yes. I said, Drew Dobido, so do you Eddie Rabbit? Do you know one? You know, Omagua, come. It's maybe coin because I find so I'm a minimum. My first open, because campaign I in my first open, and I'm Miss Adomoko, baby, I'm a memo, Chamampunia, and one I community, I constituency beer. I am the one say in class and a dose when you find crying. Yeah, but another buyer no, good a coin be Makuma could be in the ma at least 1 year in Nadia, but why be? Atwamponia. I remember say area one. I say so be twem. Enye main road na that Kumasi to baby any na. Yeah. Yes, then you kwan bia agusu atwama ho. But anaba en mo so ogunya inland roads ni na odu nyina nkurom ogu baby a. Wagu empasete to beda abo. Wagu ntweje kwanta kwa ntweje krom muani hia ma. Ene mo bunya bi. Wagugu wana nkaka ali. Wagu ba kokra. Aha. Wagugu baby kakra nti omuka wonye hwe na me makofa ho kakra na me wuze ma na fita ku nete ko bo ade ho nyina na obi ebe bia o se me nkama no nti ena me ko so na me kasa bia ese ko video no na o me anwumre de se akasa wie mbetena ka mu anka ne so na me nim ba bia nti me ko ya me we ya o se me za be kuma se me ni dan na me ko me te se ko ana ko baba me phone so sa we mu ya hwan minyaka anwumre na me de chiw ko basa almost you video bi no me happy fm for posti happy fm mo trend na me say dey adem ko TikTok video na dem circle there obi afi de course neighbor na me say enyame adum na encrise ngam tingran dey za de gabi ngam ayo na se ne mpa ya nso na me fa me ka ba me kuma se ya me fa dia na mba me kuma se afi e ba ya video ne na mba bia obi na energy sem say you call last rally Accra na MPP rally na me ni last rally no le go me eleja me dey say me Kwasi ni ba my video wie o ma post me kwa ni say videos na trend me ni na me post bio enya na post obi na post I see na eko me gina wan say haje asamira ba me hu me eni padam ni mo na ma me ne tesoro no watimi de nsa afema be point me say me mara political babies de gina ho na so ahwe the way that na me shot na ba ku bi wo ena na me she ma me na de nsa afema be hu tokro bi a me gina mu ni pa ni so bi etiatia ndi imagine say me gina do mu why you na me timi appoint say mo fa kwa na odina chi one mre me na me fro soro me ko say wo hu video ni bi wa ya ade me dan me ho me kwa na Rebecca ku fofre me ku for the wife nana do beautiful Rebecca ma me ni frame ya o nana o akola we o ni video wakane ma wa ni nyina in 1 minute in fact now was incredible na the way Messi I akufo ma papa na sema from wona oni na me oni na me hu de me yo to we video no TikTok o mo se me ko pre na me ko da form na nya se me da form keke na se papa no the way Messi a picture no e wo meeting the way Messi a pen one sema you never expected to meet him in person David on such a glorious occasion ti bi no na in fact na me hu adwiri me nya me yere to aka afam no and nyeza wogan nyeza wogan and now it was one of the moments in my life me remfida it was for first lady part me who video social media no recommend any kunu president say akura we ya adwuma no not just the first lady only one instant you had a second lady calling you first lady calling you and then the president shaking your hand
And it was one day, the 6 December 2024.
Yeah.
And the day I met
I like that.
Yeah.
So since then, you have become, more or less a force to reckon with in NPP. Say, CJ will tell you, maybe that complaining, I've been in media for some time, and all the time, about by politics, obre. Oh no. And the Bassabio, Koratitia, Waria, Brabomusama, Emma, baby, Antena, Mam, Taco. Politics, say we are you say party A, party B. We so to have a young woman who Canada policy has never worked. So I don't know. To come this far and not just Ghanaians, because me, I use social media. Me cry, I feel everything cry. We have all manner of people from all walks of life. Many of them Ghanaians, no doubt, but they may not necessarily be in Ghana. All over the world, trying to reach out to you. Say, Krachi, I can imagine how that makes you feel. But now you are more or less an official, member of the trail. You follow it almost everywhere. Is that the case?
Oh yes. See, Ankasa the party ni say matum.
But that's it.
Oh, bibi anywhere best same.
Then let me ask you this. For want of time, I hope so you make yourself available as we go forward. But and now I may. Would you tell actually? This controversial video, a babonte, a man, Honorable Kennedy Japan, agent so bedem, Dr. Bawumia, exactly a week today. I think that was Monday. Ye ba no pano ye po ya e ko nwumre na asemonasi. Ya we ya enye sources are saying, but I heard you saying on one of your videos, say you filmed it. You were there at a jura and which place? Kodie. The Wuntumi Kasano. One now kita phone now film and that part now film upusti and no mupushi ya ma Kenya ya ujira so didik ba omiatem. What did you film? How long was it? What did and then Wuntumi kan ya ana ebia omo chirima chireke na anchirimu ya ono kofa ne se baomia na akanti se otumi liar no kofito toka se baomia eka liar no Kennedy ka liar no 15 times they mini CG etna fia 15 times ne brofo e fa liar liar and 15 times and trofo ne ade an beka ho you go do 18 times in less than 5 minutes. That, according to Musa Dankwa, is what brought Kennedy Japan down. That particular video 1 week ago. And no, I say we no cry. Say no you no cry dia. Na say also campaign we ma Bawumia ni sa. Bawumia can thank you for that. So kaso wo chuma kwa. Why na kofa ba cry made a video ye. Omse wuntumi na kasa there. But maybe one video the way you video in one post we ma also and am some for p hu and ma mu ko push ma Kennedy man ko kan do kan ya. Bianca still na nkofo dwen say 50-50 between Ken. But right now, almost every credible survey or poster is saying Bawumia is far ahead. I can cry no. Said the Alan could eat third, no I can meditate. What happened on that day?
Then say it's hard on na yokosiada. Ti yoko campaign and I yoko PM kwadi.
Yeah.
But before then, I said the first time I chema Wuntumi kaseni. Call ye thank you to. Now, Dr. Ebe starting a campaign and so but yes, some special campaign to be okay can constituencies ni boom.
Yeah.
Chema Wuntumi know what that time we make it that same statement. Inte ya dia e kan kasa ho ade bia woka. Die go du kwade no so bi obi am Chema Wuntumi asempa penasem yi. Inte wo kasa aya be family phone na video ne kasa bia beka bia owi obisa kasa ye ko ye mi se Chema ko ye. The me ne what that vibes no. Eti okasa wo kwade me video bi bia woka e bia me video yi. Ti owie na me kate baby kakra na me post ye. Then video na ewa. Bekwa me wawa me say me papa Ken na okasa bebrebe na me say na video dia na wo mo ken me so Chema Wuntumi won ni speech different ni nyina so ye the same asem no different location but the same asem na no
okay.
etimi yes ana me na man
campaign trail no
campaign trail no wakasa that statement na honorable can refer you know I dey waka several times na asama achema untumi kan ne se 96 ye twi ntonto no ekosi ye ranapo ono ankasa ne na eye president Kufuor so enti wankasa ya anko election but ni twi na o kan se ekotwi ntonto no enti mi ebi ana me na me ntia se enti mi za pani ba ko se mpacho sa eho kakra bi ni chema untumi ka se ekotwi ntonto ne nya abato ana na nipa ne se eye kasa bebuo ena o kan ye twi ntonto ase ne ye to aba ye to aba no twema mentwi ye to aba no ekosi eye president Kufuor so na president Kufuor ne wini na saa asem ni nyina fa kofa bae ni na chema untumi ma brief history about MPP presidential elections and a consistency in politics is there was a politics the mass be by a friend mass na consistency chema untumi ne dia ba edi na de a all chere consistency na o kan no e na all chere say repeat candidate obetimi agi 2 media mama nyoko no enti all kasa na o kan
it's factual for both sides it's not just MPP
enya say agrona no enya say ade bia keke no
it's a factual statement
oka both sides kra no be repeat as you say we na ma Dr. Bomia down so other response enti started from 92 okase ye ko ye lose ye kwatwe the stolen verdict and ensem bebre and okase 96 esa ko bio election no na that time na ye kon according to Professor Dubois ono ankasa ne hu nipa bi a obetretro anse mi wa abonten no e ma ehun say at that time ne kwa ne ye contest no mo presidential prime minister na ye redu Dubois na ne ho mfa no
no nya fit sir
but no kwa ne ye kwatwi ntonto no president Kufuor e na wini ye o wini ye na lusu 96 ana ono ye tena ye to an so ana say ma police station for na to aba na ma no ma na to president Kufuor so aba 98 I started ne call 2000 Oko 2000 no oko wini ana o make reference to Prof Mills ona na JJ
Vice 2000 he lost 2004 he lost he came back in 2008
yes and wini ana o wie no ka say o si owuo ebe fa Papa Mills ko na president Mahama be fa akbanwa ne transfer eno kra no Ghana force 2 no 2016 1 million vote ni echire no kra na no sitting president mpo ayapamondo otena efia o mo say repeating no obewini enti president Kufuor ko 96 solution about 2000 wini Prof Mills score 2000 solution ko 2004 2008 obewini president Mahama about 2012 ye 2016 about 2020 when wini 2024 abewini to no so wajide say Dr. Mahmoud Bomian so no call back 2004 no say okobio 2028 or 2024 ko 2028 obewini that was the conversation at Chema Untumi na sama wo kan nyina no.
How is this a problem for any camp to take
a problem dear me susuye mo me hu ni say ya papa ken antiasia e bia ono so on town ni social media on social media that was a conversation waka wa bontia obi anti say ono onye social media type nti de akọ social media no so bia wo hu eti me puti blame ne ho ema ne nkofo ase bi on ben na omo na hu video no mo so omo ye active social media no so omo hu ye no.
Wait, please hold on. This is a media platform, so sometimes we have to take upon ourselves to set a record straight. Ken Kasi won ko social media, don't take it hook, line and sinker. It's not true. One Tracy Buachin Tokano. Oma gono DSTV.
That was then.
That was not then. It's still social media.
Yeah. Or say or share video.
The video is just social media.
The way Kasa just say wash you.
Social media.
Saving now the other channel on the phone. Yes. But different from some TikTok and also Facebook, or YouTube.
Oh, say you may make Kasa in terms of reaction now overreacting. To another day, what video not to say about me Kasa.
Because
uncontested for 1996 elections because he said me share you know what I'm saying wow
and the Emma made doubt to say
who follow the
Emma made doubt here and say asam no kwanya Dr. Bawumia ne kan
wait
it me who say they be
it is on one person the share yeah anka on kase Dr. Bawumia ne kan
it is a wo share so why do you make it look as if
the modus operandi they be am kan
so kase
me so where the kofa mema will show down by say similar
obi the friend
it wasn't even factual so the name see it but what your phone swa no overreact.
Obiane how or responding to issues.
Yes. Continue.
Now it comes back to my working contradiction. I'm doing my Kennedy.
Continue.
Because we are both discipline. Yeah, what's no money you be careful when you.
Yeah, I think sir on your video no one minim sir on the catch there no. To me now I feel like omo catch there no. And obekan one shedan hwe said Dr. Bomia no Dr. Klani speech no enta nni abonten se won ho obi anya live on his speech but yeah method I be our media for we be gina o mentwa no akotwa ba bi kakra bi but Dr. full speech ametie okasa for about 1 hour 15 minutes the kasa no duration no 1 hour 15 minutes to 1 hour e bi asa no okasa baby anywhere even o make reference kwa na ombo ye papa me ame nana Professor Dubuahin din kasem say Dubuahin brese baby doctor starting no kra na ma Dubuahin mem ono de oka efa previous prime minister na say ade amoye ma president Kofado ade amoye ma president Kofo no me nso monya sa ama me de no moye ma president Kofo mo repeat no 2000
previous, let's say, rebuttals from Ken who say not just Ken himself, but Ken and his close people. I don't mind say, Baumia is being selective because Okan do a chat a do what here. Yeah, no, I cofa Kofo, Sakofo, Commune, a Covado Comienza, a Jumam coming down. What about Dubai?
So, the only 2 minutes Wakan was
very well, but I just want to, see the argument. Say this is where Ken has been coming from. It looks as if Ken has a particular interest in how Baumia communicates anytime he is on campaign trail, which is genuine because we are contesting. I never continue my own weaknesses here, but I don't know how he got a problem with it. Say, Akoka say maybe a tremuna Professor Dubai home fano. Said the CJ me who you or kind of plain say or share video no. What who say and I what tia say papa no your trophy. Say watch a video there. At what point was Dr. Baumia himself talking? And I say, we have vicarious liability. One fan say, you know the kind about the surrogate naka. It's any on one. Wow, maybe so. And I now want them on. Would you say, well, a beer? Ken was not referring to Baumia as a person, but he used the Baumia to represent the camp. For ambassador of idea, he should see say Baumia the kind name wound to me. Na wound to me grant the kind one can say ya rienti ye free mu. They will say omo call about to no. None hold the don't crano. It could see President Kofo Emomuna, it could see the so. Can you be human enough to say beer Ken knew what he was talking about, but 1 minute was he. And now you want to agree with me and CJ say he doesn't know what he was talking about.
Meka say minim de ba ya ema back no kan asem ne de.
Okay.
But say dem dey get doctor ne speech ne baby any wa obo professor de. O say omo call bono I think say omo issues with Chairman Abronye. Say omo make reference to Chairman Abronye and say omo kan or say or a part of Dr. Bomia's campaign team.
Yeah.
Emma Chairman grab the cash on to play Robia about me campaign for supporter. I say be am team supporter. Enti omo call I think I don't know incident BC or bono time doctor call campaign. Emma omo emphatic say Abronya cancer asem ya na so ya de we e wo ba omia campaign mu. Ebra ba omia ye ne campaign wo bono region no. E na Chairman Abronya cancer asem we.
Okay.
Enti wo make reference no o kan Abronya de no say ba omia campaign mu wangasa doctor na emu. But I can say doctor campaign when Abronya be can say into one doctor's campaign platform and Abronya make such statement minimum statement could make but omo references no mo yina no mo say or a part of Dr. Bomia's campaign team chairman na so any part and say in any case so person will refer to asem na chairman to make kan na wo kura wan tie video ni ya antia ase no kura say doctor ne kan ya. You shouldn't say doctor ankasa na ebie na no e de aka. Obet maka so chema won to me bra wo campaign de ma Dr. Baumia wo ho no. Asem say ni say no kan fa Professor Dubois ho. But so ko kan SCP say doctor say ya. E different from so be na kan intina me statement am me put you out me kan say delegate no beti asem no. De entia me ne of Musa dan kwa ya adwene say maka say no na ama mabofom. Obia doctor almost you see I got 4 constituencies now we call all the 16 regions. We turn the message that you will be at
271 constituencies done.
Until say obi to na say metie de papa yi kan e na wo sisi Rebecca na at what point
na papa
na kan sa asem no
okay
enti o ka say no na man the support na teba from no delegate na nkasa desire say papa say wan kasa na we twa ntroto ato no so enti ano na mimi gidie mu na no na mi hu ni say no na ama e ne support ya ka say data na ka say atiako from the statement because delegate na nkasa dey di ho adanse e bia obi ti ba bi wante obi yese we hu obi yese but odi okoto oba na wo ka say ye be kan asam na kire na senya sa na tia minu bi enu kura ye ni ho bi de be la kan
oh we dey akoto aso
nti obi akode fo no nti me kasa me specific with kode because chairman okasa wo adwira a day before and be kasa wo kode the same message andra okasa wa afo no the same message na no e ko adwuso okasa the same message on sana no
Yakubu do maybe last week today
ebu ha okokot the court in saying to that onya bra na wa join
any bro the politics for mo pre that is the voice of political Mavis. Mavis is very young, very very young woman. Wa sebio unim ni ye no oye krachi in fact oye uraba oko free SHS ni bi. So far she's one of the very few people I've met who are proudly, very proudly grateful to the former president for free senior high school because me mpase be ko na brabom na woni ase atatai because ye kase ye ka brabom sama na si je grow woni yire go we nyina yesu o mama ye bra ngasa but there's always a break somewhere. Unhu be free aba tama sabi o mama na wapa do background they didn't plan that but it me ba and we KNUST, one of the most prestigious universities in this country.
As I catch it up because we could name them a tech, we be Maria Tesco.
Imagine that. I didn't walk out the after Norway University, I wore in a service. Thankfully, at the same KNUST. I wish her future is very bright there. But she hasn't reneged one bit. To date, she still follows the campaign trail wherever they go. Enti Okasa. Utie, because a lot of other people, including the former second lady, first lady, former president, and almost everybody who played a role in the former administration have taken notice of her. Now, I have another Gen Z young man who celebrated a birthday barely a week ago. On here, I send this message, and then birthday, I'm there. I go with some George man we give it much no. Be ma don't go send baby ma we go there.
Me cry dey ma un cry me use okay dey ma part of sada.
That is studio one
I see.
Yes, Chidi is also in the house.
Oh, Chidi.
He too is a product from KNUST. Today you are a sociologist. What did you do?
Political science.
Political science. I'm not surprised. Minor grammar course no. Now major political science. Now, mine on
media and communication.
Fine. Grofo we got some and to my way. We are fine. Woman to mount too much. And found a woman to new traveling from my shame and then Sag can say, oh, geez, Nekikano. Now, let's come here. I don't know, but I'm sure you may have chanced on Musadam Kwankoma or didn't say any post or but now I want us to compare the two. Chidi will come in, but let me come back to you. Dr. Evangelia, about a week ago, in fact, the last 2 weeks, and even in the 2023 primaries, Dr. Evangelia has never conducted any poll for any other person except Canada Japan. Ono de no, sebi head danye so general sa, on head dam mebusa MPP for se mo pehwan na mo pehwan. Ohwa, the line of questioning na is aimed at putting Canada Japan on the limelight. And there are some credible sources who say, because Dr. Evangelia is a self-appointed campaigner for Kennedy Japan's campaign. I say maybe see, and say maybe see if poll. No what about me in Gaya. What not going to any kind. What I say, what don't know the all pass what on about me. So I say may I confess Sevia ba na chinchina was about me aberene. No bit is said beneficent ana kwekubako ana Kwasi Pratt ana Professor Smasapo ana Musa Dankwa last election yama say ono so obia fa ne sese bio oka credible posters. So far he's the maybe the number one poster right now. I think
so Ghana election be a poster.
But as a benefit
because 2016 and then 2000 was Smart Sapon.
Yes.
Benefit, I don't remember.
Benefit was somewhere 19. Well, let's say 2000, 2004, 2008,
which was very predictable.
2012 the premiere.
2016.
2016 grow back.
FC lost in 2016. The prediction amfa.
No, 2016 he predicted.
Predicted, but fan amfa.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this is no very dim. We say Kufa the very ampa. Kufa the winning.
And 2020 when I was a honor now the prediction.
Eti Musa de of Musa de so far. One on the Baba national poster. Said na one na be dia de. Omo maka nyina tetenchen kakra fine. May what to pay? Say Dr. Evans you etai putu can beyond 50, sometimes 57, sometimes 60. Recent polls he put him between 52 to 56%. Same delegates, 200,000 plus delegates na Ekoto Abana. And now today Musa Dankwa is saying something entirely different, saying that there is no ratings. I'm sure say CJ Betuma Mao based of it or capture be. Say oko marketability, acceptability, all the TTTs now. But merely dicken in almost everything except fighter. And according to Musa Dankwa, fighter na angazano or more core factor 14%. Out of 14%, which is 2% of that likability in an open Ukraine. It move 2% and I can a topping. Now topping 2%, more or less, that's only be cranky. So how come once electorate, 200 thousand people, one party, na yenya one academician in the person of Dr. Duya and one national poster in the person of Musa Dankwa. No, let me take Musa Dankwa out. Global Info Analytics and Institution, saying two completely different things. Wo minimum wo ye ba my favorite and I will favor ba me, but who fan say maybe Chidika counter that.
The medical crown say Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia or your opposite of Honorable Kennedy Japan.
Opposite how? They are both males.
BBM. Dr. Bawumia on Kasabe Brave. Dr. Bawumia calm. Doctor, name me brave wa unza respond. Why say you can say I say the clama be obey the drama be hu abu na nichi. Nti omo ye opposite cry. Said they will be reacting to issues in different. Said they will be akasa. Said you back end with me catchy bu best said you no beto de bia. But doctor ni twi no was sua ehu de but ente say the honorable ken akasa ono ya so. Nti omo bi bia ye different omo ye opposite cry. Na post na nye Musa Dankwa post. Ebi ombaga se Musa Dankwa de otigana ase nti bia doctor kura ko pesi kakakra de abren. So obehwa time this whole prime minister start Musa Dankwa be catch the senka be young people for say Dr. Bawumia be ka so onko contest no kura. That time no bon say
he still stood by it today this morning with KSM. Who
say ken for ni na ne mama Dr. Bawumia onko bio me ma ni nyese because that time no kura na sanse ma working na ya against Dr. Bawumia. It no obi accept because e bia ken for no more accept sanse no. But ne ya e dan ye no. Before the post we here by the final post here by or your post be previously and bia now or put you honorable Ken ahead kakra.
Yeah.
Ken for no na share.
Yeah.
But we are a kogensi ni die. Those when the final post.
Yeah, was one of you.
Was one of you. We are kwoti ane die. Ena nyo no kwa Professor Smart Sapon. Ono so na no me hwe ne Kesben.
Yes.
Ono so be kebi the same thing.
Yeah.
Doctor 50 plus.
Yeah.
Ochemko. Conrad Adenauer Foundation, Germany. Omo kura de omo Ghana politics. Fine, omo ne MPP war. That link because of your ideologies. Omo party no foundation.
Right.
Yes. Omo so ebeye post no omo kura de omo puti doctor. That was around November, December. Doctor around 60%. Enti nya say Musa Dankwa na te Ghana o puti Dr. Bawumia say we wini and so waka say Dr. Bawumia wini. There be and confirm when you post aside Dr. Evans Dia. No kwa don't so no accountable Ken team no. It is a political committee akwa post and definitely it will go in favor
of
yes.
Dr. Bawumia.
Eti post enya of Musa Dia na kwa post won change na akwa favor Dr. Bawumia.
Yeah.
Aside prophecies. He says contest no. I had a battle of data and prophecy.
The prophecy is about no.
No.
A whole lot. The funny thing is,
no. Prophet Bernard crowd in the ministry at 2 online.
The ministry move.
I have a neck. Musa don't confuse his own neck. Has put his credibility online.
Oh, his neck.
His neck says if you look clear.
Prophet Bernard Christ is here. Why the prophecy in our favor on Aboken.
Yes.
Musa don't want to post. I thought that now you know I thought that doctor about from thought that no apostle thought that no I say. Ono so the final verdict a favor doctor and na problem so oko GH1 say yes ono so ko interview because and KSM show Mr. Dankwa ndi magala say me catch say data versus prophecy as otiase
Matias
na nti as a prophecy is no do na e koma e papa ken ana data no so support data na ye prophet mu ye de minim to me ni eti de me share delegate no be kan na me fa. Eti said there
Obia sorry Nrauti Dr. Mensah Otabel. What's a prophet be gangsters. Gangsters.
Now we said I some of them even come to him for
so manufacture.
Dr. Otabel prophets are gangsters. I mean we should rather they for the data and science.
Finally, now you're MPP member. I know a lot of us are sympathizers from where we sit. We have 5 days to the main election. Now, before I ask you who is winning or who you think is winning, which is obvious, because you're going to mean somebody who can say, "Oh, go win powerful bidding." But Musa will say, what do you make of the impending election, regardless the outcome? Even the event said by Umia Wenia, Odin say about why Omokwe. The outcome say Enya Baumia a debut, and I say, would Kwasia Danopa, not say Baumia Nya Nimuno out of the other 4 no bako and Awenia. What has the MPP lost? What has the MPP gained? What is it? But you minister one time anyway because you don't say any about me. But for what you know, Papa, very well. It is a
researchers the Chromo error of margin.
Yes.
That's 5%.
Yes.
Margin of error.
So 5% the war. BBA to me say about what they call. Anybody me who the body was was the 2024 nipa de pie be share doctor. E be tie doctor nsem no. We are say now we share nipa ne be pie ni vote nya ya na nse.
Yeah.
But esisa. Yes. Enti me the 2023 prime minister na me a strong Chief Alan supporter.
I see.
Na me Alan 247.
2023
23 year prime minister.
Asa no beti ne ho fan na we.
Ansa no beti no. Na me Alan gidi serious Alan.
Argentina na that time will be our support you for the senka we senka o ne source but Argentina na odi Alan.
Party ba ku ye.
Me na me pe man nasem like say me pa ko for asem genuinely no. Sana na me pe Chief Alan asem.
Enya santisem bia sa.
Enya santisem eno dey say a different factor.
Okay.
Na me pe nasem the personality na nkasa ogina won.
So it 10 gram no.
Me ni bibia na
na na o petenten ga gra dia fe ma ha.
And me better say oh ha me pa miso ye. Na ma da wie bi o me tey mani mi so le ya message calls other years say Chief Alan so onko contest ni bi. Na say e di echi nyina. I disappointed. But ye Dr. Winnie ye no. Me be ye campaign gidi de man no. Man fa ho say chief say be mate me ho akọ party fufuro mu ti me kodi na echi ana say Dabi MPP no de aya ama me no.
Okay.
Obi ani wa nipa da se ni bi ani nchen ya ono nko ate ne ho betima de MPP de aya ama me ne me bushia.
Yeah.
Enti me nka say we ate ne ho kọ. Enti ni se ne ye koto ba na say NC de so doctor we na doctor say mate me ho am say because pepe doctor say mate me ho menya sa.
I likely say doctor but me because what.
Onu onye sample. Obate ne wana nka nyende. Ate say enti me de say ye koto na say delegate no mo ni me nim so mbeto am dada because doctor asem word na the message be very clear obi anim say papa no ne ono na Ghana for pe udru dwoma maame for fita for nsuton for obi apena sem because of ne humility nti oya
what is obi so ka say ken na Ghana for say man fa na man
Ghana
no ken
Ghana de because me na ma asa me shedan shia Ghana ni bia
papa wo share da na
me shia papa
On the door number mammy, send me on Casa na
Mr. Ghana for be also Muruti. Ghana for men so Muruti for Naboken na NDC for.
Apart from few now on the camp now.
Yes, aside the few now camp. Or mama say Ghana for NPP for Ghana for or Ghana for someone for Naboken on the Baba Toba. Or na NDC for Kevin Taylor.
Yeah.
Honorable Felix of Zukachi.
Dr. Frank Amokohine.
Dr. Frank Amokohine. And what did he say? NDC for ya. So we show Facebook. Now here post video that commented ba obekwa ni na president mama na down ni profile ni post na NDC post no betro no can no vote but obia obetro anything positive about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bia eye Ghana no ye onim so papa na sem nti den na ebeba na ikwa so hu so mo campaign man gidi the man no can no vote on so amfa nti sisi odi so mba mainstream politics na be ye na no ye papa kan ko ye no mo ye book launch with all due respect page Kevin Taylor onwanga say streaming ade na live enkeba ne say ene obi ode ne say ne buaka say me the MPP be ko position na mahwa ma party na ye basa me say party no ampani bi o party mu bia papa we timi de neti na kache ahoro no why ne say billboard ode neti kajeti abonti so bi edro no wokan na ne say nipa ne say me campaign ma candidate ba ko because oba ona me person we wini sabe ya me feel say o person no ni wini sabe benya time aka say party na me ka say me say no it is all MPP ni na social de Kevin Taylor de ye Dr. Bawumia or de ye president na dan Akufo-Addo even ye papa Akufo even mpanimfo akukuda mo party mu na say na no na kire candidate afa na be do party na nima na de no ka kire
okay
enti delegate bi e wotie bi enti wo sa na ma we ya Kevin Taylor na campaign ma MPP all companies on ka some of the can ba meto ma no
there
NDC ni bi o campaign ma no boken bi anka say o de no boken ba meto aba no ama no oba be twa no ken no vote ken e beti me de MPP anim Bawumia de wo ye hoho Bawumia de wo ye say Bawumia de wo say na mu nyina na nya NDC for na start ka say Dr. Bawumia liar ene ona boken so ken bi
15 times plus 3
because me yen 17 and 15 times as a mo ana mbeti
haya ni header ya what take na me take or not take bro na me take twi
and we ka bonus 18 times for a leading member say be kan Dr. Bawumia liar ade ba ko ba mtim say enti say na Dr. Bawumia waturufo say na ye ton ye nyina ebom si ye ton enti say o ma ye koton turufo na nke ton na tinko unim so ntimi mu ma na o say enkoton enti speaking role na ni bia o we be ka say enye onobu ken ba me campaign be ba me conscience be ye campaign de ma papa isi entoma no okwa asase radio no no ekoka mobile money interoperability once na o kan Bawumia ideas na o campaign Bawumia policies na send there was etwa no be ga say Dr. Bawumia atrofo a then enunti na ama ne support ana woni nyina ba from eta na eka no because obi be ka say eh papa yi what be ka kire say papa yi won na ye Ghana say ye nya na ye be wu yes just a year na year 2024 now the china the papa no be ka say we na ye montuma ne say we liar we trofo we say ya na we wie na say in case Dr. Bawumia we na bisa so bet my campaign but say in any case ono kura we ni a obet my expect say Dr. liar na be campaign di ama no
so be control and their support
joba be so hu nti me ya na me we bibi say nka be ya nko ma ye supporters no kura nya sa na ma we
okay
Kwasi, mame bring kakra. Question ebusai no. It will be the darkest moment for MPP
say,
as a party
if
Kennedy should win this.
I didn't say who win, but if Kennedy Bawumia should lose.
Okay, my question is I feel so who say. But next in line is Ken. As I know, Musa don't propose and oppose this. Is that either Bawumia?
And my face so it is Bawumia win it, not Ken win. What does that say about the party?
One, about the darkest moment for the MPP party. Because one, Kwambe na first obeba market Ken
na
because right now don't me market on the ideas or the friend say achievement of Dr. Bawumia because also or a liar. You cannot market on the ideas of President Akufo-Addo because this is an establishment and now one can.
We thieves.
Right now, what the whole one say we create jobs now also we creating no. Right now we don't even know what
the job on that kind of job.
As we sit here, we don't know where the jobs are because we say GRA will target you. We are campaign now. Are we going to list those jobs now or what? HS will be creating jobs because
that's how bad be.
Now we have to know your track record.
For a great ministry,
we have to know your track record. Also, we creating jobs because over 7,000
employees.
Right now we don't know them because also mentioned. No, haven't seen them. So who they are, I'll be glad.
Oh, I'm pedophobia there now. So whatever I'm listening them.
Yeah.
Because the other man I am
and there's no list because right now on Mincha no. Which can business who say thrive apart from the coastal?
On my FM.
On my FM. Net 2. Go and see for yourself. What is thriving over there?
We'll do 7,000.
What is thriving at on my FM and Net 2? What I say? You will nipa ukroma bebre ni mo you. They are not even bragging. What I say? And he can winning the promise. I'm telling you, you may doom. No, but you follower than what?
Yeah, you said that last week.
Because your opinion be they be make only credibility. He doesn't. So can say be we credible. Now can say be then you no cry. Then you take the both steps and then retract now kind. So come Japan as some of the kind and ne pure FM. Then some of the kind one now we say maybe Zephyr what happened during the signing in. As I did a pointy wouldn't say no credit. But you insisted what pre crank because oh you had it wrong. Right now, over castle moment they never read it.
Was it doctors Mensah now?
What I said
was very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Again, very unfortunate. So it has over castle ma $3 million in 1992. Do you know, sir? Car bank no mention in 92 was non-existent. Car bank came into being 2004. It was Acceptant Limited, or what was the name that then? It wasn't even a bank.
Maybe you're wrong.
You can't get it wrong so many times.
Referring to it.
Wrong, you know.
That's recently now their company 2023
Yeah.
I think say papa ko brand Japan ya na be. Enya no cry say 92 bank be na be $3 million.
The bank no board car bank in 92 na ni ho. Almost started as Continental Acceptance Limited. It wasn't even a bank.
Yeah, Makai Continental.
Yeah, Acceptance Limited. Yeah. And actually be car merchant something.
Bank, yeah.
And sana 204 car bank. So you had $3 million by then. From where? Non-existent. Who are credible? Who a credible person? You come back and then sit down and say, "Oh, you had this wrong, you had this wrong," and clarify. Say, "I can say you got it wrong." Then you should clarify. Then we accept him. Say, "Or you will be or you mistakes."
But there are still people who believe in him.
Well,
over the years, some of the way our attack issues when MPP was in opposition, and even the time Anakufo, because if you go back and listen to some of his videos now, even Kufuor's time he was criticizing the government at that time. That was when he started building certain credibility for himself. And even people say yes, we nipa.
We are firebrand.
Yeah.
Yes. There are times obey go wayward and that's what Becky can see me. But he still stand on certain principles. So what is wrong to him will be what forever wrong. Yes, on the flaws. There are certain issues we on
principles. Let me help me with the principle he stands on, because as of now, me who say he's one of the most unprincipled being into politics.
What makes you think that we're unprincipled?
Because
what makes you think
what makes you think? Meet me a movie, but I'll rather prefer say
the say about principle is it got to a time when also he fight for the poor.
Yeah.
And there were times that some pastors were extorting from some of the congregation, and I said some of the people. He stood on the grounds, fought them.
Stop it.
No, he didn't stop, but at least about from.
What you gonna grab?
One will say, answer now, I don't crack of fun about your president. Right now, those pastors are the people he's working with. So we are principle that. Oh, bound, you say, I don't believe in this your prophecy. Bernard, I don't believe in you. I believe in science. What I say?
What is it, Bernard? See how angel vision if you. Now, angel no, Yango man bagana say, Ombra Bernard. Ono de ma ensembe brebe wo memwa mo angel no mo nwunu bia ho de mo kwaya Canada phone Canada phone be fa so awe ne de eno na angel no atense what dining table am no kase ya oyi man nkakra
wo hune da
mo ni gidi
na me mom de ana me nje political prophecies ana de na so fo bebre organ o man kan fa president mama me ana enkom hye de enkom hye wo ho me ya so me ye Kristo ni me je enkom hye de ba me ye Romani
pio
ba no we be wi ni be hu wo amenyi ni because for professor say ba me be wi 2024
yeah
even 2023 for professor say
Prophet Kwasi Mensah made a whole church service and stated emphatically, we're going to vote on the 8th, on the 7th. He says on the 8th, easy 8 member. Then on the 9th, by the time I am more 12, no, now at that, but they say, Bawumia has been declared the president of Ghana. Prophet Kwasi Mensah is one of the most respected prophets in the country. But it failed. I don't be saying Yankopon de na okan wechire we before no osoma wan na before Gabriel ba okwa Michael de nenko okwa Peter de nenko. Nti asa me nse de hu nyame kro na osoma mo mbe politics no. But you are not in the realm. You are not in the spirit. I'm say spiritual njeja spiritual mo nehu no maka kire. E di tie ni. But me ade ba ko ne say yeah na moka say back end of fighting for the youth, fighting for mine no. And then me to na me dwena de bi hu. Time I dey levy eba. Yeah. Na your hang parliament. Atam na adwasa fukura ona bo adwasa no ni Ghana. Yeah. Na MP ba ko so kwa yare om de no to ambulance mba ne ade. Yes. Sa ne mani nyina tam mo de levy ba. Ye nyina Ghana fo nyina hu Dr. Bawumia. O ka say ma yen taxi ehiafo. O ka several times ma anko yem penifo ni bi kura ka say adana vice president. Wan ka sa president boss de ade ba. Oba bonten be kasa sei. Ema Europe nkruma kura be kan say even during cabinet meetings kura still na ogina ne decision so say maybe
he
was looking forward. He was thinking, said, sooner or later I'm coming to take the reins of power.
But he levy didn't make sense.
It didn't.
He was seeing something different. Yeah. Like the good for oil and the good for reasons.
Yeah, he levied it.
He was seeing, say, if we had spent time to invest at that time now, and can you maybe on ma and can you because they not need go chat post after COVID, no, the gold price has started rising.
Sure.
So he said, this is the new currency because at that time, Russia, Ukraine war, people were not having confidence in the dollar anymore. Because if you convert your investment into dollars, anything can happen in America tomorrow. But if you convert it into gold, no matter what, you can dig it and have it back. So people started having confidence in that sector. So they were investing in it. And so, okay, now, no, dollar na hiding. I know IGP keys not the command who baby hiding. So let's go for gold. Let's start buying gold. Let's build our reserve. And at the same time, let us do this better trade, good for oil, because at that time, food was also so you saw the alternative. Say, if we are able to do this, at least no mind the business can be.
Yeah.
I am betting every high. But at that time, no, the forces and the rulers of the country thought said this is the way.
What now no do for that idea be shame no.
Doctor was sidelined at some point.
Yeah.
Because for the chairman of the EMT. Beka wa bonten what tell to say discussion wa kan wa dem ni pantie enu nti na ma na ba bonten because can be difficult as a vice president be ba bonten be speak against onankasa na ban policy.
I really wish Chidi had come earlier, but because of for want of time, I want to ask you this. Vice President especially Abetumi. I know you are young, but you are open-minded enough to understand this. In the Fourth Republic, we have heard about Constance Naka, Dr. Ali Mahama, President John Dramani Mahama, Mr. Atta, Bawumia, and now Jenana Opoku Ajiman. 6 vice presidents. People think Bawumia is different among the 6. And if, say, the Juma Nawoka, by nature, so, Professor Nana is very different among the 6. She is the only woman. You are a young, aspiring woman. In fact, you're a young woman and aspiring leader. Oshet Dr. Bawumia, the time as Vice President 2017 to 2025, January. Now, where the Professor Nana Jane, I hear from 2025, January to date. Can you say maybe what men can do, you women can do better? In the person of Prof. Jane outshining Bawumia as Vice President of the Republic. You see, as we don't forget, President Mahama didn't name it Economic Management Team, but Presidential Advisory Board there is more or less Economic Management Team. It's all about the economy. You see, I am an EMT boss. What is your expectation of her output in that capacity, comparing that to Bawumia?
Medical fan.
In a minute.
From me no be Mr. Doctor. Also, in Kebe, fair to us, and the camera quabontis is the first person I will be saying, who is the current vice president? Because I Dr. Baumia.
And by Mammy Dinaira. Me cry me tap promoting the same this.
Aha. And you will be a G2 say. Say Ghana say ye pay will be as we do a vice president. We deep vice president na mana different crowd and a ceremonial position na Dr. Baumia. The echo back for the subo say be back for do. And them man go na ba mu no fam no. I'm the subo Dr. Baumia because he was an effective very effective vice president, the most effective vice president. And Dr. Baumia. E ma me je nana. I mean can I say bebre because here by anti na hododo no. And okobi man so kwhwe na yare. Ano ba ye na osi say mo man the time na onye adwuma no onye de opeso ye enti mo e bia afa ya for me da board na bia ebu say oba ba ye adwuma de abat oba ye say yenko hia obi yenko chia ko say no oye but doctor there that time no 2017 they say na
2018 yeah
but mo kura mu hu
a lot of things have come from this office
enti mo say doctor ba the first year no na nya agudie
yeah
say can obi a oba ya de bi obi aka say eh president Kufuor the first 4 years amebo ni de ne mo de ni nyina ye Dr. Mahmoud Baumia enti say de no mo de sobo na ye bo no say ono na ni omu de fikura so na ye vice president o ono na mo obi abeti as say we vice president kwat me bibi no no the idea of zipline drone ba ya na no ye ono bo Sam George ba be mo ko hu zipline no ohu reason na no eni ma bebre wo de ba ya ne ama ne ono bo sabe ku jeto abrakwa foreign affairs ministry also mo ye is that your passport you be issue digital address system na the passport abere wo fie delivery guard be why dey buy 2016 na wona mkura hu go map na wo bayira bisa wo du kro ne to na bisa so dan na etwa to no wo kan fie dan makum but then
I'm not talking go anymore
yes and then me can say me pe location you know this na me na bedru yes ni nyina ye nema doctor ba ye o say o ye betima ye nema we pesa me dey abroche ba Ghana no dey bi oka nya bi ni country say na Ghana mo Ghana card
mami born kakra recent friend say transportation crisis na you facing buses no go fire no yes so who brought it metro mass tappen is it tappen go or tappen go when did they buy
Baumia Igage no say na that's where adwuma now is arresting people at the airport Baumia brought it
ti enema o drop akokro say twato no so say wono kra na hapta ya na dia but eney say name bebre a mo kan fa ne hu no mo refigura so vice president o
remember the last 5 minutes
Chidi
you came late I can't blame you you're a young man you are working we have to do this as well so sometimes you come early sometimes you will not you are Gen Z between you and Mavis I don't know who is older and I want to assume that you we are older
no
I'm older.
Chidi we the service anamba.
I'm in 2020.
And you see, Jumanga sana we.
I started working around 20.
Oh, Kafra. We don't saw your dusted Kafra. Now, I know you is likely we may meet in the studio before the weekends, but after today we have Wednesday and Friday. What is your glass ball telling us? Between Kennedy Japan and Dr. Baumia.
To be frank, looking at the trajectory now air corner as it starts, because we had 2024, the way are now honorable Kenya Japan in the campaign now, it was like personal sentiment and our attack. By about 2025, was the sign strategy and I said and as what calm me down. Or any BBI, so I'm for can no ID, but getting to the latter part of it, and then some of the can say lion. I see say it has flipped something because Obon would do achieve for certain reason, but certain all trans is born ma umikia. A bear diamond say be a unya mandate, obedu achieve or heading or campaigning the amount because what brand will be say or a liar. So how yes, if you nipa no do achieve because of YDS and I say your ma open, not because if you no certain issues. But looking at the situation on anyhow I mean I see say Dr. Baumia will win because the MPP if they repeat candidate the probability is almost winning a high. It happened in 98, 2004.
Even in NDC.
Even the Swedro declaration in 2000.
President Mills had to go how many times?
Three times before he won.
Yeah.
And yet Bamu Kwan 2012. Omu to obey, you know.
President Mahama had to go another 2 times.
Rollins' wife, Rollins' wife in 90 something, the party. The people love, and this Ghanaians genuinely love him. So if he had contested in 2012, he would have won. But looking at the dynamics in the MPP in there, Bawumia is likely to win, but anything can happen. But now maybe it's not based on the question. Like, what do you see in Bawumia that some of the youth are not seeing? In case we knew now, what do you see in him that some of the youth are not seeing that you can convince them to vote for Dr. Bawumia in 2020? Looking at the performance of the NDC, if it goes like this,
Dr. Bawumia na nkasa na wo obi kan say omani kwi, but they are not feeling it. One thing as a Ghana for adwene say twen crisis in the fact say omoye bibi so the MPP for na ye na bet was good for reserves here na waka wase me. I believe say it's about time ye mebru ne bete ne bi ase. Ye wona ma bebre say Dr. campaign no emre we do time bi no youth engagement ni ade na we yes na ema nyina, but it seems say said na ye peno no anko ne sa e na doctor nya obi a oye gidi unsa this time so boys no ye pede ya one ye hwibomo yes so won wa de nti amanfo rutu for e kan se bebre nya already one ye boys but doctor you be a
onye doctorate
a doctor you be a, but emabru na we Ghana say I believe say ba obi o wa ideas a ababunu bia say wo ko school so wan ko school betimi di bia ye adwuma Dr. Bawumia.
I see.
But e bia maburu na wa Ghana ne nyen hu sa de no. But until say aban we be free so nurse for nda so tifie na wo man okada for nda so tifie na boys any certificate na nda so tifie na fe no be hu say papa yin se ma no wa ka kire say be ba me ye niema wa ba ko mienu mi ensa na boa won afa no betina se.
Go 24 hour economy no.
Yes, obi amanfo route for NDC ni because of sa name me ba mo adwuma malik basentale be so no pa kwatena GH1 na wa share over 3.2 million unemployed youth wa share o mo fefe no aka chon say Dr. Bawumia na ma adwuma but sa brand here da so to na data ka kire say unemployment ko da so kosoro still na we adwuma
ye chief executive officer
good o yes why yemu a bibian sesan enti owi obaka kire no say enye mo no ka kire say we na ba we antimi am adwuma na betima me adwuma na ba kwa ya bedo so wentimi anya hwe amoye enti obi abe go back say papa yi ba ye o ka kire so ya brantie e bi obi kura peka e de aye uba onye bi
oni score beto
credit score
yeah
e be ni panitrim credit score yin ka ko mu e kwaje ka za be sen ka mi tete ka kran ka me ye tua wie e ba ni ka fo ye sen ka me de ka ne say de kran ka be twibo tateka oja ka de ko di twibo ti no be sen say na be de ko obi a oda right obati ase say obi na ba ye nde boat ni uba agent na me ba boat na me de ba ye e di me be see yes and obi ata oda sorry e ultimate electricity bill oto na light on the phone so time bia convenience na be ma mbaburu ne hu say abrantie de bia na abrantie be so la ko di line akoye first DSTV
and no kwaso kwa top Martins building
and me bia ti say ofa phone na abrantie bia fa phone otimi obi create me tena dem agini sika nema digital transaction na yati ya say wo mo ye YouTube podcast ni ade some George say be tax wo mo eti wa hu sika na wakwa na makope news atwa na wo de wa bepa 1 cedi ade no wunya za 1 cedi na say be to tax
kono angaza say tene tax angaza wo
sa ni mo we so nyina e ma be da di ma manfo be ma bebunu na be pe YouTube ni ade no because of digitalization na doctor e de buy no enti by the end of 20 dollar of form obi angasa inflation ni for bibia of form but bizanza de ntina store na mabru ni nya adwuma nya
apetase boden no
I don't know be
na dey na sister ya go try
ebedu 2028 no ebetuma ba say dollar no kra ba 1 cedi inflation be ba 0.0 yenya inflation po na so store na mabru no be kai say papa yi ba yesi ehun hwe o the dollar ene da so tie nti babru na ba tie say ye the ideas ye kan ideas e di bu mind dia eno na doctor ka say startup capitals small businesses and mrantie ne person yi obu onya ne baby kitu abi obi kura pe udu eya pizza asa ton fun so obi dwe 3500 cedi so enso woginem ebedu anyumre no nya do de beko na no eje obi na kita certificate o de ko padwuma enti otena se hwe hu se ene ma we nyina na digu akwam de ma startup oba ebetima bo benya bi ono be make reference to NEP any why you support de ma manfo any abrantie pizza man chicken man. Yes, it was through MPP initiative. And then our pizza man chicken man. But a big wrong campaign my MPP, a big super campaign. But baby no can him say pizza man be pizza marina. A year John Kuman baby ko. Any MPP are buying presidential picture quiet. Any who says abrantie bet more be crow when we bet my oh the starting can crow on your support. And then I pizza man chicken man or the name way. And very soon no. The inflation be from. But nipa no sore na dollar no for another land the botoma e ho no be hu say your idea sir wan kasa convenience and ye hwehwe nye bibi din bia it is all ya abrantie na wo pese wo ye adwuma ho be ha o na nye afa na wo ko dig and wash galamsey ni ade bia be ha wadwena na Dr. Bomi ideas
I see.
Okay, see ano if me colleagues na busa but se ba Bomi win na Kennedy win will you still campaign for him?
I will still campaign for him.
Looking at the work Kenyan.
Well, on another part is a delegate now fee say majority of the delegate if you say honorable Ken and I press the man normal the manner. I'll campaign for him. Say me to me baby for I say baby e bi omo do mo hu ni munye bi. Enti they will be able to convince me say oh ade we na ye hu na wo de won hwe that direction no. Enti so honorable Ken renew Dr. Brian Jampo Dr. Yoza Duchum engineer Kwabena Japo bi wini a say politics we disagree to agree. And this is right now we are in a process of disagreement. After that 31st, no, you all come back to the agreement table. Because this is supporting.
Okay. Lastly, Musa Dankwa research back say like there was some sort of people were aggrieved in 2024, mostly your party members. And look how be na Ebianko Tuaba. Professor Frimpong Boating was boldly to say one Tuaba in 2024, which I felt your mark and cracker say it's clear say like a lot of things were what has happened in the party. They needed to go back and amend things with certain people. What do you say to the party faithfuls? And I said Ghana before be your party member, they sympathize with you. Say looking at the SNE, you know, on 20 on BD MPPH.
So what shall they be a Dr. Bomia, a beginner's in peace or Longford, number one, a pie party for in Hacho. Say, name be a bemonia being right.
I think I was there. I was MC.
Yes. When you nana began right, I thought that I bet your baby, I had been so one and out domino. Into mistake about baby. Into the untray be a my uncle for Buffy Biano. One fan chum say, uncle for any MPP for Nakasomo to a bar. A baby need, there be a baby nearby. But so uncle for it decided to say, and to pet. I want to know who lose you. And the Ghana for MPP for them will say, yeah, must why a thing. The whole point in now. And I will answer also, yeah, there's all my more. We are no asaj wa be fie enti na Ghana for na tia 2024 nka aba na kom be twa ye to no and na vote no man koto no enti sisi na maintenance ye hu say ye mistake sisi waji wonfun so atum say oh ene me bia nkwa ye wa ba no even though na nyo na okita tumi kase ni nyina na nso watena say hu say ene me bia amde buy e-levy betting tax wan amwa e ma maburu ni bebrebu fui e ma sisi akwa boy sisi omo yi tax ni fro akwa betro mu ndibio ni nyina ho no pro ko social media so omo yi bet ni tax ni fro omundi bet no enti ni nyina ya nema na ya sisi ya so wo ho munya reshuffle ya anye munyi living free wo Dr. Bomi akra be catch edu baby na ndisi for akra catch say Dr. Bomi is the first presidential candidate or campaign against the own policy the own party's policy because he levy may free betting tax men for my youth
your party was continuing
yes enti sane ma we nyina afa na manfo na batia say so no aba o ka say me ba me free aban ya be free but ni nyina mu no nema na nanka ye hwehwe se be hu ne hu ene mo de campaign ti a galamsey say koso
era so koso
ba nyanda na anu jakobu akosie
mikrom
e mabru nya adwuma nya 24 hour economy na way
clock no onzo mo de clock bi bai
clock era mo phone so krada
temu kra hu temu
yes inti nema bebrebe na MPP for na be hu say na say na nke toare so tata mo isi obi na no akwala keto bi bisa MPP penny NDC penny bi question say time na dollar yi 14 cedis bella kwa na 5 cedis ena dollar ya bedu 10 cedis bella kwa 6 cedis adentina dollar na eba for no bella kwa na ma for ma e kosoro
no I think he was asking me about inflation.
Yes,
and Ghana for we now say me try know politicians na misinterpret inflation to them. They feel say inflation ba for my mean say automatically that was
the politics am here then. I say you men this for omo no ade na entro kro be policy am believe say no kre MPP funds why won say yemfa data ne mra yemfa evidence mato Ghana ni nso ti the way this in imagine Malik Basantale akwatena say or frame bo me say Dr. Report
Yeah.
Yes. Oko cancer doctor report. No man generating AI doctor kita pork. Now what they about to obi ni mo obi kremoni be na vote against you because yes we kremoni or
kremoni ana onye kremoni ni bia
o Christian. Yes.
But me adam nwanwa say ade a wondum say we unua say bi ne somo mponti no wompe.
Yes.
I can just cook it.
I'm for did you be see na nyina afa na am for be say
say ya na mo dey say
say be see na nim kremoni or ensa.
Bi me no for ya be bra ensa nko aba no makọ wi ayi.
Onye no kure we kure AI obi kure ni AI. We kure ya the charge GTP the generate am fa na obi ko who picture enti ya na enema bi wo wa I say NDC for no omonim dey see twa propaganda no monim ye omonim tro ntwa yenso we always want to say you be put out the facts na Ghana for say saying that here but Ghana for no bebre you know how we behave eto da e the art na dey one dance dey hu picture na ka wansem oh yes bo mi so behave we anye bo mi say na nke ka obi otrofo a nipa oditro dey anya no kro na baka cho say no kro nya na etrofo yes when the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate to expose you fundamentals ni e weak ni dollar na do 14 cents it intro na we but omotimi frame ade we ya mana be eno kro ampo ya no kro na okan yo but omobe frame ya mana be say oh papa ne kan say be ye we wanye na no for so ka catch say 2025 by the end of 2025 no must 600 chip compounds and am you be say no catch say nya the policy president mama policy nti afere o we draw line ba but the bottom rebi LGBTQ some just catch there say president mama ba no one sign yes
first 100
days onya sumdue embuni man oba how many years how many weeks ni how many months how many days ni and on kan wasam
mpo speaker babe
akosi say
why you just am cry
obi an kan wasam bi enti Ghana for na ba afi no mate as say o ka say na ma boy din mo ba ye ananu bi say royal umbrella yes 155 cedis
ni ya menisi mesu
mo na omudi na efe no royal umbrella no 155 cedis ana omode mo foforo bi aba efre bi Benz efre mu bi Creed efre we eno so ye omsi 80 cedis edo bi akodwom no koto 80 cedis ye na onim say oh ya tete na ma so but royal umbrella 5 kg Creed na de mo 80 cedis 4.2 kg e bi kura 3.8 kg endu 10 caps
wow
enti one difference no but MPP no no 5 caps no 100 cedis 100 cedis but NDC no abati kilogram ne so kura
asafra
no calipo na aba no fiebi calipo last year nya 5 cedis 2.5 kg it say 2.2 kg as well still na 5 cedis
2 mil
yes 2 milliliters yes but still na no 5 cedis enti sane ma we nyina by the time na wo do sika 1000 cedis akodwom na ubedi dwa na wan nya ne ma na ope no afana be won say na brebi be mi say na say that it bronya uhu so kan no kure bronya uhu bronya so
maria kasi to aso ade bechi CJ wa ha ide mema wa panyin obetumi ede yawie CJ do you think that if it goes the way maybe is expecting and many other people are expecting say Bawumia can take this safely, MPP will be in a better position to face NDC in 2028?
Yeah, sure.
2 minutes.
Mama started from where she ended.
Okay.
I say MPP is about facts and data. Now facts and also support to say $1 above but right now release about say further say register of companies or increasing free charges. Okay. Ghana card has been increased.
Sure.
So $1 now above what's the point?
And above from saying.
What's the point? Again, cocoa farmers. Right now, say one and now we class
from
one and now we class. They are being forced to reduce the price for peanuts because we hear because unfortunately it happened at the point the freshers are going. It is a one and now maybe cocoa farm no rely on that. She'll be forced or he'll be forced to reduce it in such a way say when you can free cocoa crash. Yeah. So what's the point? And then Mami can share delegates for Mukakoto Abani say history favorable to Bawumia.
Okay.
The reason I make us say there is a fact say 2 million voters of MPP did not vote.
Yes.
Fact.
2 million, yeah.
Again, NDC lost election in 2016 with nearly 1 million votes lost. They bounced back.
Yeah.
They came back.
Yeah.
Even though no money any 2 million be our man to abandon. They were at max. But they lost by nearly 1 million. It mo behind the CV delegate say Bawumia turn na enye. Bawumia wasn't the president, he was the vice.
Yeah.
And he did what humanly possible obetimi aye. Now yeah man okay. He spoke against e-levy, they implemented. He spoke against
even free SHS.
What I say, he did a lot of things right now you benefited. You can't be CC tap and go. Gold for reserve.
E-pharmacy.
What I say, e-pharmacy.
Zipline.
It is such a person, you don't trade such a person for obia on your credible. You need say as I know you need the paper bia which my say this is what I can count on as a candidate. Back MP for 24 good years. 24 good years. Where you will be to say Aduchum, honorable say Aduchum, or MP for just 2 terms, right?
8.
He's training over 100 as an outcome over 240 engineers
almost 300
more than that too.
Yes. Yes. Just 2 times. Just 2 times. Over 240 engineers and doctors. Why MP?
Our doctors in so
oh, you see? Why MP for 24 years? Apart from peanut, you don't have any such tangible
or 7,000 employees. Meaning back a petty member. Because many communicators are
employees now CGR because some was 7,000 employees are public records.
Yeah.
And automatically GRA will know. So what do you mean by GRA will come for you? So mention your company.
Now MTN company kakrakawi.
How much I say?
I was for say I don't community because this year na idea I country for is already 8 p.m. It's about some 10 minutes after 8 in the studio. We should have left the studio some 30 minutes ago. And that's why I was here with my regular brother in crime. This is a good crime anyway. Mr. CJ Lewis, aka Otafrija Ono Oha. And then we had my sister Quista, who is a colleague teacher of mine. She has been very, very, attentive to all the drama that engulfed or erupted after Lumbe's passing, especially the wife's drama, and a big kind of bit. And then we had another regular panelist, Mr. Chidi Richard, young millionaire. We na anana kay Japan empty, say young pioneers in 92 now way. But honestly, I don't know. You never know. Say what you have to move, and they were back because many guys say MPP men, no more 5. The men. I send Bill Gates, Japan. I bet if Elon Musk, Brian Champon, Wale Adam Smith, and this one of the total one person in there.
I don't go to the man.
Economic risk.
And about also Shakespeare, or also any Dr. Duchum. Now, group of Japan I was panting for words, and I'm a MPP historian. And no matter was a custodian of MPP history.
Yeah. He was part of the young executive program. That Chief Alan I can't win. He was part of it.
Those are the men. Today we had a woman in the person of Mavis who came to join us here. Mavis is a sensation on social media. Political Mavis in America, especially on TikTok and Facebook. We really needed to talk to her. I hope she can have the time to join us once in a while. But the miracle, it would have been a say, I may add my quada, any fear that day, and maybe share. If free now, copy me say, if you had a drone there. You jump to a banner with my cardio. I mean, the bishop was here to a banner we are and found whenever fat. Say, Wale Adam Smith away near one Macamo. Say, I can say, assembly gate. Another petty people, Lomas area. The MPP custodian of history, no dear, and the Munya, and I feel so some train.
Kwablanka, I wish you go back to the party leadership. I wish Kwablanka go back to engineer will go back to party leadership.
CJ was here, Chidi was here, and maybe so was here. Let's meet again some other time. Until then, thank you very much, DJ Nasco. Thank you, Efia Ketchri, and Black God, and Todd Kill, and of course, who else? Gabby, wherever you are. Good evening to you, and EKQ Prime as well. Bye bye.
Wow. Oh, my God, wait,